We're just verifying the gate in Twitch, and we are live. Hello, ladies and children of all ages. Welcome back to another Saturday D&D with RSG. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999, your dungeon master and straight up potato head. And glad to have you guys here on a Saturday. You could be doing anything else, but apparently you guys love watching us do D&D. So glad to have you guys here. We're missing everybody at Finn. We had to start a little bit early. Finn's finishing dinner with his familia, and that's okay. That takes precedent, and he'll be here in a little bit. But don't worry, I will make sure to do plenty of his impersonations while we are waiting. It'll be fun. Glad to have you guys here. Just as a reminder, when we're doing D&D, we do watch a chat here and there, but we're mainly focused on, role playing, doing the characters. They're trying to think that, the guys are and the gals are trying to think about strategy and all this other stuff. So, especially if they're in the moment. So if they don't respond to you right away, it's cool. You can ask questions, you can hang out, you can do all that fun stuff, but just be aware that, their focus is on other things and they'll get to you when they get to you. So especially me, I barely ever see the chat. So, but with that, yeah, go ahead.
Did you start your virtual camera?
What is happening? I discarded. That I'll go have a conversation. Great. Okay. So with that being said, just as a reminder, busy night for us. I mean, we had another great Jedi Academy. Go watch it. It's 2.5 hours long. All right, there's Superwoman Gara getting ready to change in next to the phone booth there, or phone thing. I don't know what the hell that is. But we're going to be doing the Heinze Grid session tonight with that plebe Heinze over there. So we're going for 3 hours straight. We're going to get D&D in. I don't want to miss D&D, so we're going to go hard and get that knocked out, and then we'll do the grid session with Heinze, and then probably me and Loki middle of the night are going to be doing RGAC. God help me. And just as a reminder, we'll be doing Star Wars D&D 5th edition tomorrow. Shouldn't be any problems. But if anything changes, I'll let you know. But that'll definitely be going down. And then we should have D&D next weekend. That shouldn't be a problem. And then after that, I think we're gonna have some people out. So I'll keep you updated from 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. We'll have it this weekend and next weekend, definitely. That being said, that's all the news and update. Let's let these awesome folks introduce themselves. We'll start with Mr. Eye Patch Man himself, Johnny Moe.
I played as Reed Teedy, Halfling Rogue.
Bad Rongo, who apparently has changed his name to Carry Me Drom.
Can we at least make it like my wayward drum?
Carry up my wayward drum. You listen, you are gone. Introduce your character, please.
Togarless, Dinix, your Dragonborn Bar.
I'm afraid that's right. Next up, we've got Grim the Mechanic.
Well, I'm playing Drom, the Orc Cleric.
Yeah.
That's not good at Carry Rongo.
That's right. Next up, we've got Fine Corinthian Leather.
I'm Hadelin, your Dwarven Eldritch Knight.
That's right. Big kudos to Corinth, who's dealing with pain and dealing with pain. I've hurt myself again. I'm an idiot. Next up, we've got Krite. Introduce your character, please.
I'm playing Critty, a half-elf bard.
That's right. And last but not least, it's not Finn, thank God. It's the lovely Gara. Please introduce your character.
Hello, I am playing Ashura, the Asimar half-elf Padawan.
No, we're not doing the Star Wars D&D stream. It's.
I'm sorry,
Pal. I don't know where you're starting with Pad. It's
Paladin. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, we're good. Sorry.
I literally want to mail you like a Post-it note with Paladin written on it just to stick on your monitor.
No, because it's much better this way.
Sorry.
Gara's really about Star Wars. All right.
She's homebrewing a Padawan Paladin.
Hey.
It's Grand Masher Shira Kenobi.
Shut up, Johnny. All right, let's do the intro, which we already get updated because we did get a new image for Critty's character model, which looks great, done by Silverbolt. It looks magnificent. So we're going to eventually get that done, but we'll do the intro. It's a little bit old, but it still gets us going, and then we'll get back into the game. We'll recap where we're at, and then we'll rock and roll. All right, so let me do this, and we'll be right back. You know, Badrongo, I just noticed that your background when we do that intro, when you're sitting there, drinking and stuff, is that from Blazing Saddles?
It most definitely is from Blazing
I
Saddles.
thought I recognized that, man. You're so ridiculous. All right, let me get some music started and let's recap. So, our band of sleuths and adventurers are on a mission. They have gone to Pellbank Village, the home of one Ashira, and or former home, and have been investigating this mysterious disease. They've done some. They've been going around to different places. They went to this cavern. They've gotten a lot of information. They figured out that what this contagion is. Right? They know the source of it. They know everything that's happening. Last episode, they ran into some more people that have a couple of children that have that came in contact with the vial that they've been looking for, that has this substance, this blue substance, and it turns out that they don't have long. And so the mayor of the couple weeks, so the mayor has tasked him. They've done their part. They came here to find out what was going on, and I think he set up patches for them on a ship to the Rimorhas to go to I'm losing my train of thought of like what the hell this place is called.
Started with an I.
Isocross.
Isocross, yeah.
It actually starts with an E. EI, but good try there, Grim. That's pretty close.
Okay, it sounded like an I. How's that?
Yeah. So they are going there to meet up with a contact of his, Morgo, and they are going to a port there. There's a port town of Sirenla, to meet up with them and see what they can do to find where this all came from, because they know it came from this location, to go see if they can find some kind of cure, or find out any more information so that they can try to save the other town folk that are starting to get really bad. And if you guys don't know, it's what is the name of this disease? I have it written down here. The
Frozen Woe,
or the vials of frigid woe. I'm sorry, frigid woe. And so they know where it came from on this island, but they don't know anything else. So they're going there to basically try to find a cure or find some way that they can counteract this. A lot of people's lives are on the line, and they had met up with last time with Irvin and his husband Fenton, with their two adopted, of course, tiefling kids, and that's had a conversation. Reed had a really good conversation, found out some information from one of them about their past and their associations. So they got on this boat and they're traveling across. It's all about getting there, meeting up with this person, and let's go find the cure. So you guys are on the boat. It's been a couple days. you're about a day or two away. Is there anything that you guys want to have a conversation about or do while we're here? Oh, Shira last time met up with the captain. The captain gave her some very helpful information. Found out that her father used to be her first mate, her second in command on this ship. That he used to travel with her, and got some information about her background. So far, Shira's been going back in and finding some ties with her aunt, and also now this person that knew her mother and her father especially. And so Shira had that as part of her backstory that she kind of learned about. But I mean, the voyage there is pretty uneventful. I mean, other than you guys start to notice something strange. It's the middle of summer, right? It's not, you know, you're a little bit further north, you're heading further north. It starts to get really cold. Like when you guys are on the deck, you notice a slow but gradual change in temperature, just a feeling. You guys feel like the winter clothes you guys bought well in advance, that you feel like you should be putting those on. Like there's something strange, but the temperature seems to be changing drastically as you guys start getting closer to your destination. Any conversation you guys want to have while we're on the boat as we get ready to move on to the next stage? Anything you guys want to accomplish? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay. So you guys get there, no problems. Okay. You do notice as you start your first look at Isocross, as you look at it, it was weird. The tundra sands is weird, but you know, it had like this strange magical effect. As you guys are looking at Isocross, it's the opposite, but it looks like a different world altogether. It is perpetually looks like it's just nothing but snow and ice. And you guys notice the temperature really starting to get really cold as you guys start pulling into the harbor and stuff. You guys are able to get off with no problems. And yeah, you guys notice that even with your winter clothes, it's really frozen. And you see that it's starting to snow and it's starting to pick up as you guys are starting to depart from the ship. You can see through windy snow, you can see fur-lined tents and yurts arranged in a large camp. Campfires are lit by the wind, with dwarves and elves huddled close to the flames. And you hear, "Don't worry, it'll cool here. It'll cool down here eventually." You hear someone laughing as a voice bellows over the snow, and you see a female dwarf with a shaggy mane of unkempt hair bows to you. "Morgo Delwer at your service. Welcome to Isocross. I'd be assuming that you'd be the characters that I was told would be coming here."
How's her beard look?
She's not wearing a beard.
No. Sorry, Corey.
And she calls herself a dwarf. No, I'm joking.
She
What
punches
was her name again?
Morgo Delwer. Morgo. Last name Delwater. Delwur. And she looks like she is a female mountain dwarf. And she approaches you guys and bows. "Welcome to Isocross. I'd be thinking you'd have many questions and many answers. So, I am to be your guide, so if you have anything you want to say or ask me, I don't know what you want to accomplish, but I'll help you as best I can."
We need to go to the ruins of the old city.
Aye, I figured you might.
We'd heard in the past you've not only been there before, but that you'd gone with another traveler there, another dwarf. His name?
Go ahead.
Urgun.
All right, so, no, I never directly traveled with either Urgon or anybody out of his party, I do know why you're here. We've heard that we know well about the frigid world here and its terrible effects.
Do you happen to know anywhere in the ruins where there might be a cure found?
Well, that's what we're here to find out, because not at the moment, but we'll see what we can find out with some leads and stuff and what you guys are looking for. So we'll get definitely down here for you and help you. She starts leading you guys to Cyril Mill itself. She says, and gestures to the group of dwarves and elves huddled and chatting around campfire, says, they're planning expeditions to find Eor's lost treasures. She kind of snickers. That's what the whole place is about. If you ain't exploring, you ain't banking gold.
Oh, but you also ain't making money if you're dead, too.
She stops in front of a large fur-lined yurt and she says, hold on, let me turn the music down. It suddenly just got really loud, like, damn. Says, you can stay here. Belong to a full rich elf named Bertrand who came here looking for adventure. He found the inside of a saber-toothed tiger instead. Should be some food and the likes in there. It's yours now. No problem.
Well, thank you.
Now,
Was he in a well-equipped party or just himself?
If you guys want to look, you can look inside.
Absolutely.
So you can see that there's a when you look down there, you can see that it's a very comfortable, huge kind of like it's like a yurt is basically a big giant tent,
Circular.
Yeah, it's huge, and you can see that it's
Huge.
huge. You see that the cold fire pit marks the center, so you guys can have a fire here safely. You see that there's already been supplied. There's an open crate containing packaged rations and some other supplies here. Some water that's been set up in a certain way. And she explains how you have to kind of keep water in certain containers because it'll freeze instantly in this location. You got to keep it inside. And then she's like, all right, who are you looking for and where do you want to begin? I can tell you, we do know about the frigid well. I don't know of any cure. I mean, your guys are, guess, as good as mine. If there's anybody you want to look for here or ask around about, I can show you around town and, you know, help you with that. But
Eventually, I'd like to just make contact with Cy Ronlin before we leave. But time will be of the essence to get there.
who do you want to try and get in touch with?
Cy Ronlin? Maybe I wrote it down right. She said it was the elf that can teleport us back eventually.
All right, she's
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, she's not. We've got her. She's kind of a strange one. Let's not visit her unless we have to. Okay.
Oh, most
very
wizards
well.
and witches are the rather odd type.
She's
So.
just. It'd be best if we don't just bother her for no reason other than to go home. All right.
Fair enough.
Oh, this is my home, so that'd be for you. What am I saying?
I suppose her teleporting you across the street would be a bit of a waste.
No. She'd be a little angry with you. Might curse you.
All right then.
Who are you looking for?
When-
What are you looking to do?
Well, we are on quite a time crunch, so the sooner we get out there, the better. Wouldn't you agree, Reed?
I do.
I mean, the two kids, they got about, what was it, a week?
About that. So less now.
All right, share your story. Now, you guys came across the frigid water there at Pellbank, correct?
Aye.
Now, who you said Urgon brought it back?
He brought back a number of different things, and of course, a few of them were vials of it.
Right. I'm assuming some other items were brought with him.
They were.
All right. Well.
Yeah, but it seems like the vials were the ones that were the big problem.
Well, the only person here that could probably help you with information, she's thinking about it really hard.
Can I get an
Wrong.
insight on her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anytime a dwarf has to think about something for a considerable amount of time without saying the answer, I am questioning.
Yeah.
Have a nip of old Toby. It'll clear up your mind.
20, not natural.
You get a sense she's conflicted, not in a way of like she's about the buyer, about like she doesn't know you guys. She doesn't know if she's like going to put yourself in danger. It just seems like a nefarious individual that it's like, did I take him to them or not? She's conflicted in that way, right? Like, I don't want to. These guys are newbies to this land, more kind of thing. I don't know if I just want to introduce them to somebody like this. Someone wants to make a suggestion to maybe, if you know this, Hadlin, so if you want to say something to maybe push her over. I mean, you can read in her face, and you know,
I'll
dwarf.
step forward and I'll I'll say, ma'am, the reason we are here is of urgency.
Well, I believe that.
And the town sent us because we were very capable. If there is something of danger, we must know. We are the ones that can resolve it. We can take care of ourselves.
Who was the other character that I told you guys about? Did I tell you about any other characters or anything like that?
Cyron and the dwarf, which I'm sure I miswrote the name, Orv Mustave.
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
That's what I was going to see if you guys remember. Good job, Johnny, for remembering that. Yep, so she's like, all right, we have two options. I can take you to the buyer. He can give you all kinds of information. He's a broker. I just want to tell you he's not the nicest of folks. Or I can try to get you in the direction of Orvo.
Well, Orvo is the one that we were told about.
All right, so if you want to go there, we can. All right, she points you out to Orvo, and she's like, he's kind of a quieter dwarf, but he should be able to help you out. I'm just going to make the introductions. You guys will take it from there. So, she takes you over to another of these tents, and you see a campfire burns in front of the small tent. Whose flaps are open. Then you see inside the tent sits a young dwarf whose face is scarred as though he's been scratched by a large claw. A short sword is casually laid across his lap as he warms his outstretched hands. He looks up and he sees her and he's like, what do you want in there? He's like, oh, don't worry, these are friends. And she gives names and she's like, all right. She's like, well, I'll be going back to the tent. I got some business to take care of. When you guys are done, come back there and let me know what you want to do, and we'll take it from there. Whatever, they're all yours. And he kind of looks up and he's, not fully trusting of you guys, but he's got his sword out. You can tell it's just, he's hesitant, but he's like, all right, what can I do?
I'm gonna ask Reed to let me borrow that little dwarven flask that we got a hold of. Want to make friends.
I don't have it.
Who's got it?
I'll give it away.
Who would you give that to?
Well, you were in such a drunken rage that you're going around the entire pub, going and just spewing poison. I figured, this must be bad.
Oh, God.
So that's total bullshit. Can I tell if he's telling me total bullshit?
Roll an inside check. Reed, make a deception check if you want to deceive him about this. He is full of poopy. He is so full of poopy. He's making that up.
I'm not gonna drink any. I'm offering it to a friend. Take a little edge off the cold.
I still really don't have it. I did give it away.
Okay, Takar's he is stunned into silence on that remark. Orvo kind of just nonchalantly looks at all of you. Well, brave adventurers, your first time in Islecross.
It is.
All right. Well, sit around the fire. He kind of gestures you, and there's some stones set up and around here. It's well kept and neat and organized, and there's places for you guys to sit. He's like, tell me, what brings you to this land? Obviously, you're looking for me. I don't know any of you. So what could you possibly have business with me for?
Well, we were told that you are very familiar with the ruins.
Not me. Who told you such a thing?
The mayor of Shady Creek Run. Not Shady
Ah.
Creek Run. Where my notes? Hold on.
Hellbank?
Yes.
At
him.
Calbank Village?
Yes, that place.
Right, but what's his name?
Elro?
You
Loading.
loading.
Please wait. Loading.
dot
I gotta
dot.
start putting more bookmarks into my notebook.
3 dots. He gets.
Elbreth.
Yeah.
Elro.
That's his
There you
go.
brand.
Yes.
Elro.
Arrow. He called him.
The guy with the E.
Uh-huh.
Elro.
Are you making fun of his accent?
Elro.
Oh boy.
Elro. I found the page finally.
All right. If he sent you here to me, I don't know why, but all right. So he sent you here to me. What business do you have with me?
Well, a particular artifact made its way back to his village. It's been going and causing a bit of a disease problem.
All right.
We're hoping that the antidote may be able to be found in the ruins itself.
He looks at you suspiciously. He's like, he told you all of that, or how did you come across that information?
He told us that you had been the guide.
Guide for who?
Urgon.
Oh, Urgon. All right. You know Urgon?
We never met him. He was dead by the time we got to town.
And you see that he looks immediately, the shock kind of comes over him, and then you see that he kind of goes.
Yeah, right now he's an ice cube in the center of town back there. So, yeah.
And you see it has to do with his blue valves.
Aye.
I tell you all, no. I can't believe it. My friend. I was wondering what had happened to him, but he does take his time coming back here.
Unfortunately, the amount of it he brought back, it's already killed a few people, and now there's 2 children infected.
With the frigid will, as you told me,
Yes.
I understand. I'll tell you what I know. We done an expedition. We found the blue vials in Saul's vault. It's an Aeolian ruin partially submerged in water in the region of Forin, where the glacial ice is thin. The explorers here call this region the Thin Sheets. I believe the ruin is as well preserved as it is because the structures were reinforced with magics, as were many Aeor buildings that house hazardous materials or secret projects. He kind of pulls out a map and says, now, Saul's Vault is 200 miles north of here. We've come across some information from some ice methods that are drawn to magic naturally. And were drawn to this location and told us about it. And we found the runes following one of the creatures. What we've been able to ascertain from the one trip we made was that it appears to have been a lab of some sort. Like an alchemical lab. We explored only 3 of its chambers before being chased away by some kind of animated suits of armor. We weren't sticking around for that, if you understand my meaning. I didn't know at the time what the vials contained until you just told me what it was. I mean, I sold my shares to the treasurer here, to the buyer. And Oregon decided to hang on to his until he returned to Pelbake Village. And then the plan was for him to come back, and we would go together to go see if we could probe a little bit more, grabbing some extra hands.
The ones that you sold to the broker here, were they all just the blue vials, or were there any that were golden?
I did not. Let me see, hold on.
The dude we're talking to, another dwarf?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, I don't remember if I sold any of those vials. I'm just trying to think. It's been a while. I don't believe I did, but if anybody would know about this, I mean, he's yet a man. The bar has information on all kinds of things.
Would you mind making an introduction for us?
No, but I'll tell you what, just mention my name. I've done many things for him in the past. So I
Fair enough.
got this mark on my face. He'll
From him or his job?
No, from a job he had me do. I mean, he's just a broker. He gets all kinds of information and relics and stuff and sends it on, and you know, he's one of them tricksters, one of them elf tricksters. And the music, I turned it down, is up again.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it decided to go all epic music because Dr. Feelgood
Oh, well.
just subbed.
Hey, thank you for that. Good catch on that. I didn't see that. So he's the one that makes you feel
Thank you
all
so
right.
much, Dr. Feelgood.
Yes, Dr. Feelgood.
And we got 500 bits from Melee, too.
Oh, did we? Oh, thank you, Melee After Dark, for the 500 biddies. Anything else?
Oh, yeah, he did. Thank you so much. I missed that one.
All right. Anybody else? Did any bits or subs? Thank you guys. Like I said, when we're in the middle of D&D, we're not always looking at the chat, but we will stop once in a while and say thank you. All right. All right. He says, I don't know if I don't remember sending him any vowels, but if he does know of anything or have anything, maybe Oregon did. I don't know, but it wasn't me.
All right, fair enough. We may come by and see you just before we depart.
All right.
But
Oh, actually, we might employ you to retrace his steps through the ruins. That might help. We might be able to find some more of those, like the golden vials in the ruins, because that's what we're here for. Is one of those.
Make a persuasion check.
He's dealing with a dwarf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I haven't had the chance to do this yet with Howland. This is a good
Sure. What do you want to do?
example. Can I give him guidance from Hadelin? It's one of my new abilities that I could do now. So I just say,
Guidance.
yeah. So he would get guidance from me. He doesn't have to, but just seemed like
I'm trying to think of how that would work. Like, I mean,
like I walk up next to him and I kind of, stand next to Drom and kind of make sure that he's like kind of.
I mean, we can
more
make it
appealing as a dwarf.
yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. You've explained it good enough for me. I'll accept it.
Cool.
That's a D4, right?
Yeah, you can add a D4 to it.
Yeah, I might need it. Actually, not might. I probably will. No one freaking roll 20. Wow, 15.
15 with the D4?
Yeah. And I mean, we can make it worth your while.
All right.
I mean, I'd prefer to have somebody that has actually been there and knows where they're going rather than getting lost.
Quote me a number.
Let's see here. Well, how about 50 gold?
No, thank you.
I don't know. How much did the man, I'm not good with freaking names. Oberon, right? That was the
Urgon?
the now ice cube dwarf that we're
Ergon?
Ergon.
Ergon. How much did Ergon pay you?
Well, we split the profits of one of our expeditions, so...
How much is getting rid of those animated suits of armor worth to you?
All right. I'll go 35% of my take to the rest. You can split up the rest of the party. Anything we find.
I'll look at the rest of the party. Any complaints?
On the things that we find and then broker that?
Sure.
Okay.
We can discuss other things, but that works for me.
It's okay, Fury. I'm drinking scotch.
Yeah, I'm drinking,
Sorry, that was a
I'm just
reply to
drinking,
chat. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just drinking a little bit of bourbon. I know what rest everyone's drinking. Johnny's drinking a beer. All right.
Ogar's drinking Diablo Wind.
I don't know. What is Diablo Wind? That sounds terrifying.
It is a little strain.
Oh.
Christy,
Is it as good as Pineapple Express?
she just throws up the can of Coke like, Coke, baby. All right. I mean, that's my offer. If we're going to be going there, I'll lead you there, but it's quite treacherous. I just need to warn you.
What's the fastest way to get there?
I'll have to think about it. I'll have to look on the map, but it's way up in the north, so it's the foreign region. It's going to take us a while to get there. So be prepared. Do you still want to go and meet the bar?
Can't see how that's not a good idea to see it.
I'd like to talk to the buyer.
All right. Well, if we're in business, then I can introduce you to him. He gets up like,
Splendid.
no time like the present. And so he stands up, kind of dusts off his pants and stuff, puts the sword away. All right. Off we go to meet the buyer. He takes you over to this hut. As you get near, he opens it up, and the first thing that you notice is that this pungent scent of incense fills that has probably been inside this hut, this yurt, this giant tent, opens up, and he's like, oh my goodness, every time I step through. He's like, are you in? He's like, oh, I'm in, all right. Come, please, step into my lavish laboratory. You see, as you guys go in, you see the walls are painted with glowing arcane runes. A brass brazier burns brightly at the center of the floor, around which you see a few plush chairs. You see a bed. You see a large stone chest. And in one of those chairs sits an elf reading a book. And you see a small dragon with green butterfly wings, which is curled on the elf's lap. He's like, oh, greetings. What have you brought me today? I've brought you some people that have some questions for you. We're going to be taking a trip up to those ruins I was telling you about. Oh, how lucrative. I'm just so glad to see you. Now, interesting. I don't see Ergon with you. And you see the dwarf kind of get sad. He didn't make
Well,
it.
he's chilling back at the town.
The dwarf gives you a really nasty look. Do you think that's
What?
funny?
Yeah, Hadlin looks at him too.
What?
I wouldn't expect you to say something like that, Drum.
Ashira also gives him a dirty look.
Oh. Out of all the dirty looks, I don't think that's the one Drum wanted. God.
Yeah, now I feel sorry for Drum.
I have no regrets. Just saying.
All right.
Well, sir, unfortunately, from his last expedition up here, one of the items he brought back with him, a blue vial.
Yes, he didn't want to part ways with it for me, unfortunately.
He probably should. It's about as deadly as it gets.
Hmm.
So I hope that if you have any of them, you've been very, very careful with them.
Maybe.
All right. So, out of curiosity, have you gotten any golden colored vials from those ruins?
Interesting. I'm taking it from the way you're discussing this that you're speaking of the frigid woe.
I am.
And I can ascertain that these golden vials would be the cure.
That's what we've been told.
I'm very familiar with it. I don't have any. You'd probably best to find it at this location. But
Can I tell if he's like?
go make an inside check.
There he is. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Yep. It's that
Oh, dear.
Ah, some familiar scenery there, Finn.
You would believe anything this elf had to say to you right now, Togar.
I sure would.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
He seems like the most honest, trustworthy elven underworld mage you have ever met in your life. You've met quite a few underworld people, but you've never met someone so charming and truthful as this mage right now.
This man is a priest.
I'll
Just keep your kids away.
start working into, as I speak to him, more and more thieves' camp.
He just smiles at you and gives you a sign like, don't do that. He looks at you, he's like, I don't have it, but I will
All
make
right.
you a deal. Because we'll say for levity's sakes, you guys kind of share the story of the Pelbay Village and why you're there and stuff. He's like, I'll make you a deal. You see that chest over there?
Aye.
It's magical. I can send items anywhere I choose to whoever I choose with this chest. I'll make you a deal if you do find some of this golden vials, this cure for the frigid well, which unfortunately has affected others around here as well. And leave me a couple of vials, or at least one. I'll send it back to Pelbake Village for you free of charge. And of course, I'll make you a good offer on anything else you want to sell that you may find up there. And I should be the first one you should see.
I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I like free.
We'll keep it in mind.
Sounds fair.
Just offering.
That is very generous. We appreciate it greatly.
I mean, we are talking about people's lives, are we not?
We are.
Well, I admit we are in kind of a time crunch, so if it comes down to it, needing to be there like ASAP, and it's going to end up taking us longer to get back, I can understand, us making the avail of your services.
Yeah, Orville's like, at part of my cut, I'll make that deal. But we'll see how it plays out, but we'll be the first ones you see. Oh, Orvo, of course I could always trust you to understand the situation. So, that being said, I think we are in agreement. Now, do you have a map? Orvo's like, I'd got me a map. Oh, you're going with them. Yes, I'm going with them. I'm going to be leading them. Well, be safe out there. I don't know what else to say, but it is unlike any land you have ever seen before. Orvo can attest to that. You see Orvo kind of cinch away as he hears those words.
Well, I take it you'd come across a good amount of items that have come out of there.
Oh, you could say that.
You have any you're willing to part with for coin?
Not at the moment. Prove to me that you can be. What's the word? Profitable. And we can start talking. We've only just met. I don't want to just show you my goods.
All right.
Now, is there anything else I can answer for you brave adventurers before you leave.
Is there anything you feel would be advantageous to us bringing back things for a mutually profitable relationship?
Oh, anything that you can bring from any of the ruins of Aor are profitable. Trust me, even the smallest things can be profitable.
Okay, but no warnings, nothing like that.
Warnings. If Orvo hasn't told you, then I'll tell you. Magic works differently there, for one. You can cast a spell and have something totally opposite happen, or even worse, horrible happen to you. So be careful while you're casting. There are anti-magic zones there, so sometimes any magical weapons that you or magic you try to cast won't work. Up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left. It's a strange location. People don't come back, and those that do, some go crazy.
Well, that is good to know.
I mean, what do you know of Eros?
Or should I make a history check?
Yeah, that'd be a history check if you want to.
Okay.
I think you had, I told you about it before, but if you want to roll again.
Yeah, Drum explained it when he had the epiphany.
Yeah, just seeing if she can
Last week.
remember what Drom said. So yeah, Drom kind of told you about the city, you know, that the mages, this great city of people, huge city of people, basically.
Oh, that part about
right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so you remember all that, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just warning you that,
Okay.
you know, the crash, the different sites and the ruins, and anytime you go to any of these locations, that he's just warning you. Be careful, because you know you got to do something and it could have the total opposite effect of what you think is going to happen.
Okay.
That's the best information and knowledge I can part. You'll just have to be able to adapt quickly while you're there.
Very good to know. Do we want to go to the teleporters now to get teleported up there instead of?
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be happening. She does not teleport anybody there because you cannot teleport there.
Because
I
of
was
the
about
magic
to say-
situation?
The magic will
Yeah.
not allow it. And if
Yeah.
you try to teleport out of there, horror stories have happened.
How far up can one teleport? Is this the closest place people
This is
can
the
teleport?
closest place.
Okay.
Or anything like dog sleds or anything available?
I think Orville will have you squared away on that.
Fantastic. We'll see you in a few days then.
Oh, I don't think so. It's going to be a lot longer than that. Now, is there anything else I can ask for you?
Now he did mention that there were these like animated suits of armor and stuff. You
I'm-
seem to be well versed in the arcane.
I am.
mean, nice place, by the way. This is pretty cool.
Thank you.
You wouldn't by chance know what those might be, or maybe some way we could deal with them?
There's all kinds of strange abominations and things like that in the ruins. The only thing that, from what Orvo told me, is there's some kind of construct, magical, created. I don't know anything more than that because they didn't say long enough for me to get even a more detailed description. So I can't tell you. Other than that's some kind of construct of some sort. Again,
Well, that makes sense.
there are things in those ruins that no one's ever even heard of before in this world. So be careful. And if you get a good haul, bring it here. I'll pay well. I have my contacts. He sips some wine. The dragon just in there sleeping, purring on his,
Maybe if we
his
can-
lap.
Maybe if we can defeat one of those constructs, we can bring some of it back for you to take a look at.
See, I like you, Orc. You get the idea. If you bring something like that back, I would pay handsomely for it.
Well, let's try to see if we can get one when we're there. If we aren't, forced to run away.
All right. Is there any
Yeah,
other
make a-
questions?
Can I make an Arcana check to see if Helen recognizes like the arcane writings around the rune, stuff like that? See if I've ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, go for it.
21.
Yeah, it's very don't try to hurt him or try to cast anything in here or do anything stupid or you'll get obliterated kind of runes.
And it's so they look like they're most likely from her. Like they're not
From
maybe
him,
someone-
yes. It's from
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Perfect.
he's
That's-
set up as, all kinds of protections and things of that nature, so he's not stupid and he's well
An
prepared.
antiquities dealer, of course, he'd have the shotgun under the counter ready to deal with somebody.
So they're impressive, is what you're saying. From like Helen
Yeah,
recognizes.
he's a pretty high level wizard or some kind of spellcaster, you don't know.
He's got a Fey Dragon familiar, which is freaking awesome.
Helen says, I may have some things that I would like to see if possibly you have some information about.
Sure,
Maybe
but
once we
what-
have learned or found some things that are of interest to you, you might be able to help me by chance.
Interesting. You piqued my curiosity, dwarf. All right, when you come back, if you come back, whatever it is you want me to look at, I will look at, see what I can tell you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, I wish you luck. May your venture be profitable and may you all return safely. Chances are you won't. Such is the life we live here in Islecross. What the
He
hell
got his
is
uniform on.
the hell?
No, somebody in chat was asking, what happened to Finn? He's not wearing a hat or a hoodie. What's going on? So he
What?
got changed.
Yeah, hi.
You're really, really quiet.
Yeah,
Finn.
you are kind of quiet, Finn.
Because his microphone's in his other apartment.
You didn't bring
You,
your.
sir, are awful.
He's not
There we
wrong.
go.
He's
That's better. That's
just
better.
being honest. Okay.
You're just doing your best Grande impression there. That's what it was.
Hey, guys!
Guys, the chickens.
Dude, we still need to get Grande in here to voice some NPCs.
No,
one of these
that will
days.
never ever
Uh-huh.
happen ever.
It would
Okay,
have to be a
so-
very significant D&D character
Do you,
like
do you have any idea
Grande
if I
voicing
sent,
Rostalin.
if I
In
gave
this
him a
special episode of RSG D&D,
Could you
the
just
voice
imagine?
of Puma will be played by Grande Patron.
No, he's
Oh my
he's the
God, that would
he's
be
the
amazing.
He's the fourth Puma that comes out. Hey guys, I got some stuff. I got some chickens and
Yeah,
He's the clone of Pumat that didn't come out of the oven quite right.
yeah.
he's a familiar. Of
Hey,
Pumat
fourth
that is a
Puma,
chicken.
we told you to stay back in the room back there. You're not supposed to come talk to the customer. I got chickens.
Grande
It's a
chicken.
group of NPCs we call the Grande Batch.
And get Urban Blaster to play another one of the Pumons and have Grande and Urban go on to get.
That would be my favoriteest episode of all
Oh
time.
my God, that would be awesome.
All right, so you see that you guys go back. You guys have nothing to ask. You go back to Oro's tent. It's about midday. He's like, all right, there's nothing much we can do today. I'm gonna get my cart ready. He kind of winks, and if you guys want to get a good night's rest, we'll start first thing in the morning. But prepare yourselves. Make sure you have nice warm clothes, 2 sets. We're gonna need rations for about a week's travel, at least. And it could be a little longer. It could be better, but the weather here on a dime will change.
Is there any way to shave time off of that? The kids only have about a week.
They actually have a couple weeks, but yeah, it's. He says, I mean, you can have a glorious, beautiful day, or you could have the worst winter weather you've ever seen in your life instantly on the same day. So I'm just warning you, be prepared. So if you need to do anything, go for it. The towns, you could probably, I mean, there should be plenty of rations in there, but I'm just letting you know this is not going to be a fun trip.
Any shops in town you recommend?
There's a few traders and stuff. I mean, there's a few general stores. Anything other than common supplies, or rope and stuff like that.
Any taverns that sell some spirits of the warming kind?
Well, there's some taverns you can visit, but I mean, they're going to overcharge you.
I look around his tent. I'm trying to see if he's got anything like crampons or snowshoes or anything.
Inside his tent, he's not. You're not inside his tent. You're outside by the campfire.
Peeking through the door, not being intrusive.
Make a perception check.
26.
You don't see anything other than the universe as it's portrayed in front of you because you rolled so high. You don't even care what's in his tent. You want to solve the mysteries of the supernova that came to your mind. No, I mean, it looks pretty common. There looks like a bedroll. You see some very sturdy items in there. You do notice, a few odds and ends, but nothing that sticks out to you. Nothing like that. You do kind of notice as you're looking around, you're kind of just being your normal observant self, read that you see this giant sled. You didn't really notice it when you guys first came up, but it's kind of covered in this white kind of thing, but you kind of see the edge of something. Looks like this is the sled that he was speaking about.
All right.
He's like, all right. So is there anything else? Get a good night's rest. I'll leave first thing bright in the morning. So I'll see you then. Just come over to my tent once you're woke and enjoy your night. And then he kind of gives you a nod like, okay, leave me alone. I have stuff to do. I have to get ready for this.
Good
All right,
night.
yes.
Thank you.
Good night to you.
I guess we find a tavern. And,
It's about mid-afternoon now.
lodging.
I would like to
Fast forward.
find you guys go to the tavern. I will go looking in the stores for extra warm clothes.
I'm going with her.
All right.
And as far as lodging, we were told we could stay at the Dead Elf's Yurt.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, for this kind of conditions and stuff. I mean, when you get into town, it's a trade town. It is basically a one-stop shop, rundown, crummy, put together with whatever they could find or bring or stuff like that. It is not somewhere you really want to stay. You find a couple stores, whatever, you're able to get some extra clothes. It's not that hard. It's a couple silver at most.
I'm particularly looking for either snowshoes or crampons.
Yeah, you find those easily enough.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'd end up going looking for those as well.
Let's say
I'm picturing this is like the base of Mount Everest town kind of feel vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
is base camp.
Yeah, this is definitely base camp. Just call it a town, and they call it a mine. Who's going to the tavern? You said you were Mr. Lestinks?
Most definitely, Senor Lestinks will be imbibing at the tavern.
All right, you go into this tavern. It is a dinky. It's not even. It's a tavern. It's not even an inn. Just this one big giant building that's got a few tables. It's got a really dinky bar. It's got huge barrels behind it, so you can see that they do get spirits in here. But accommodations are not what would be so used to. You see some dive bars in your day, but you've never seen anything like this, Togar. You walk in and you see an old, tanned, weathered woman behind the bar. It's like, hey, what do you want?
Like a waitress at Waffle House?
I mean, that's mean, Togar. That's awful.
Not wrong.
No.
It's accurate. Not nice, but
I only like my hash browns if you flick the cigarette ash into the top of them. I don't know.
No, that's flavor. All right.
okay. I've never encountered that Waffle House waitress.
I don't
with
know.
you until then.
Smothered, covered, and ashed.
And listen,
That's how I take
I'm
my
used
hash
to
browns.
southern waitresses that come up. What you want, sugar? It's like, oh, it's 3:00 in the morning. What can I get for you? All right. Yeah, she's like, what do you want?
Take out my empty bottle of my empty crystal brandy bottle that Gareth sold me. And I'm just looking to make sure I stay warm on this little trek we take.
I got it.
What would you recommend?
What do you? No. I got some hooch for you.
Please let me have some of your highest proof hooch.
Highest proof hooch, eh? All right. She goes behind.
How much to fill the bottle? In one shot for now.
15 gold.
A deal. A steal. I'll give her 20 gold.
She just looks at you oddly, and she sees you put gold down, and she immediately takes it up, and she fills it up. There you go. That's my best hooch right there.
So I take the shot. How does the hooch impact me?
So she gives you a free shot of it as she's filled up your bottle and gives it over and is taking the money. And you have a shot. You drink this stuff. Moonshine would be better tasting than this stuff. Oh, it's alcohol, all right, but it is pure grain alcohol. It burns. Like it literally, I mean, you feel like you were on fire, Togar.
Togar the lizard just grew chest hair.
Yeah.
But no constitution save. So it's safe.
You think?
Don't say it out loud.
Oh, I said the quiet part out loud. I'm sorry. How is the waitress looking after Togar takes the shot of
The
this?
barkeep's just looking at you like just the normal expression she's had the whole time.
All right. I'm feeling awkwardly aroused. I think I will take my leave. Thank you so much for the spirit.
Good one. Nice to meet you. Get out of here. All right, you go back. Togar, I mean, you are burning, baby. I mean, you're walking outside like you feel hot. This stuff is potent. Like you think if you take more than a shot of this stuff a day, you think you might actually die.
All right. Good to know.
I love Gara's
I'll head
face.
back to the yurt.
Gara's face is the best. Her face basically red. That means Badronga's gonna take another shot.
Yeah.
Oh, she's been with me in real life when that's occurred.
Yeah, that's the same face.
So far we're doing better. He's still conscious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a woman who's picked me up off of a curb before.
That's not something you should be proud of. Young love. All right, you guys, make it back to your tent. You guys are in your tent. Anything you guys have grabbed what you need, extra clothes, shoes. You guys are set up. Not a problem.
What did you say was in that crate again?
It was just rations. So you guys can grab whatever the rations you think you're gonna need. Probably a 2-week trip, so you grab at most. So you think you need that many rations, you can put them in the bag of holding if you want. You do have one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And you said we all managed to pick up some of the cold gear.
Yeah, you guys have extra clothes and
we've-
stuff. Yeah, you guys picked up
we've
some
had
before. I think
Yeah.
it's Shear's.
No, like the stuff Reed and them were getting.
Yeah, I
like-
mean,
Yeah,
I
they scratched
specifically
stuff.
went looking for snowshoes and crampons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys grabbed all kinds of what you need. So you guys are decked out. You guys are good to go.
I would also like snowshoes and crampons.
Yeah, you guys all get a pair. I mean,
I think we all get it.
Yeah, you think you all get it. Yeah, there you go. All right. Anything else? And now it's at night. Do you guys set up a watch? Do you guys, you got this nice hut. You light a fire. It's actually very warm in here. Like you can just take off your winter clothes and still. It's very nice when it's warm. As soon as you step outside, it's like, whoa, Nelly. But if there's any conversation or anything you guys want to prep for or talk about before we start the trip tomorrow, please let me know now.
I'm so glad this hut is temperature controlled. That's all I really want to say. Thanks for casting this spell every night. Otherwise, sleeping outside would be really, really bad.
Especially for the next few weeks.
I don't want to get eaten again by a large snake.
We only let our scouts die in this party.
God, that one scout, that's so bad. Y'all let that
I
poor
guess that
man-
is the rule now. We can
We
stay in
set
the
up
hut
a
and
wanna
look
come
out.
in.
You let that man get eaten by a giant snake. Horrible.
We didn't
His
let
dumbass
him.
didn't come in the hut. It's his
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, he went and slept in a tree instead of in the hut. That's on him. We tried.
Sure.
We tried.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next time we'll knock the scout out and drag him into the safe hut.
Yeah.
Because
And a
that'll go
conscious
over
scout
well.
is better than a snake-eaten scout.
That's actually good wisdom there, Finn.
Well, he was blazing a path right through the digestive system of the snake for us. Yeah.
I mean, does Orvo look like someone who we can easily knock out? Just wondering for future reference in case something might happen with the,
I doubt it.
Oh my god.
The last one was like a goblin or a kobold. Like, yeah, we could knock
Yeah.
him out. This guy's a little stout dwarf.
Yeah, keep in mind also, we don't have a good track record of knocking things out.
Mm-mm.
No, we killed him flat out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if we knock him out and we don't, and like we kill him, we're screwed. So let's just try to avoid that.
We'll just very
that's plan
ask.
Z.
We'll ask him very nicely, like, come in a really safe hut. Look how
Yes.
warm it is.
That's why I got the spirits.
Oh my god. Oh, he's a
Okay.
dwarf. He'll be able to drink the spirits.
What,
We can't
what
knock
was
him
your
off.
guys' opinion of the elf we were talking to that had a lot of magic and stuff? It kind of sent us this way. You get a good impression from him. Think he's
You sure
Good.
did, Togar.
good or
I
bad?
think as
or-
long as we make him money, he'll be fine with us.
That's not what you thought. You thought he was amazing.
Yeah.
Think he's good for money? I think he'll hold his word to a contract. Outside of a contract with him, I don't think I would trust him as tall as I am.
Well, people, I mean, I guess more so elves are really old, obviously, and he seems like he's might know a lot about this area. So there's a good chance that he may have heard maybe tales or something about the city I'm looking for.
And I think you struck up a good enough verbal contract with him that he would honor it.
So I don't even necessarily have to show him the book, and I look at Critty, but I'm just, maybe he's heard of Kegheim or something even close, dwarven ruins around here that were once being researched or looked into, or I don't know anything, some kind of a clue.
Really good idea. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I think we'll just have to bring him back something fairly nice. Not your average tourist knickknack from where we're heading.
I think those gold vials would be a good start.
Or
We'll
the
make sure we get
armor.
enough.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What?
Siri, I
We-
said
we
those
weren't-
gold vials would be a good start.
Actually, that was Google.
I'm sorry.
So no, I'm not
sorry.
talking to you, Google.
I'm sorry, Finn. I can't allow you to do that. Thanks,
The
Dave.
gold vials are located
Thank-
in the fourth room of the dungeon on the left, in the hidden chest under the curtain.
What does
Thank
that
you,
even
Hal.
sound like?
Hmm?
Doesn't sound like any of the things we say to make our house talk back to us.
Was that yours?
Yeah, that was Google. That was his.
Was it?
Their
I
Google
heard.
system
I know it
told
was
me
the
that.
Google, but I didn't realize it was Christie's because Ashira's camera on mine lit up.
Oh, it was Christy. Oh, I was like, I thought the
I
same
thought it was
thing.
Gara.
That's
'cause Gara's lit
happened
up.
Yeah,
when
it was my
when
house.
that's happened
The
when
phone
Paul
rang
and I
behind
played
Gara, that's all it was.
76.
Ah, yeah.
So
Okay. Continue the conversation. Anything else you guys want to talk about or do or say before we get ready to start our epic journey?
I'm going to
Sleep
put
time.
on my snowshoes and get used to the concept of walking with them on.
I definitely think it goes without saying that the place we're going, we should all stick together and don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
as we all look at Balin's character.
I'm still picturing
or
a halfling
person's
wearing
sword
snowshoes.
trials make it twice as difficult.
The other thing to keep in mind, if we were warned about, magic does not work as standard up there. So I think that hold on to your magic best you can. All of you caster types, if you got a weapon of any sort you can use.
I think
Balin,
the
we know
most-
that you've discovered the sword, but
I think the most important thing, though, is how are we doing on healing potions? Because if my healing spells don't work on you guys up there, we're gonna be in for a world of hurt.
I still have 4, so that I purchased a couple towns back, but we haven't needed them in so long, so I still have some.
I know I have a bunch.
And hopefully,
I mean, I have two of the regular ones.
I've got 8 regular.
and we weren't specific if it was just, I mean, it probably is both. If it's, caster wizard magic or, god magic. I don't know if it affected both, but maybe Ashira's new abilities will still work up there. I don't know, but that it may be both.
I prefer to be prepared for
agree.
anything rather than getting there and being like, oh, well, crap, you're almost dead and I can't do anything for you.
I got 8 regular and 1 supreme.
Yeah, I have 4 greater healing potions. If I remember right.
I also have a healer's kit if need be.
Yeah, 4 graders.
So I guess
Anyone else?
I'm gonna maybe take. Let me just double check everything here. But I have enough supplies to try and make 1 more healing potion. So if it's okay, Ranger, I will kind of take first watch, but I won't actually watch. I will try to
Actually,
make a potion.
I was wondering, can I take the watch with them and possibly assist?
No, either you're watching or you're.
Okay, well then.
We're saying
I'll take-
watch kind of like we're
Can't do-
awake.
yeah,
more so
but
than
you
anything
can't-
else.
Well, are you trying to?
Because we're
actually-
in the hut.
Yeah, you got to focus to actually help him.
Yeah.
See what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be awake working on it.
I'll say.
Well, I mean, the hut is invisible. I'm good. Can we
this,
just?
you don't really have I'd say this is not an environment, Balin, that is conducive to you doing a potion. If you want to try for it, the DC is going to be really high.
No, he said he
even in
had
the
the
Even with the
stuff
hut,
to make one. Though.
even if you have stuff to make one, I mean, you're in a hut in the middle of the frozen tundra of hell. So I mean, it's not like
Well,
it's
aren't we in the yurt?
you're in the yurt, but again, it's still
So we're in a hut in a yurt in
Yeah.
a town.
that's a cruddy town. I mean, I'll let you do it, but
There
I
was
mean,
an old woman that saw it apply.
I mean, of course, you can try to do it anywhere, but I mean, certain places are more advantageous for you trying to do alchemical stuff than others, is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
So the DCs for the different levels right now are 8, 10, and 13. What should I modify them?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I like to make it wild.
Drunken
so
Togar is going to walk up to Malin, hugging
Don't
him
touch
and
him.
saying, "What are you doing?"
Oh, no.
I'm going to try to make a potion to help us since we may not be able to use magic.
Oh no, magic! Oh, but
I'll,
you're
I'll,
such a
I'll,
talented
I'll meet you
sorcerer.
halfway here, Balin. Let's say you don't do this on your watch. Let's say this is something you're going to do before the watches start, right? You guys have eaten and you're going to try to do this. So
That's fine.
if you want to do it before your watch, I'll say that you don't have to use the time on your watch to do it.
Okay.
The whole point of Togar drunkenly going up to Balin was to be the friendly drunk Togar and inspire Balin. in
That's
his
not inspiring.
capabilities.
In fact, he'd probably lose DC.
Yeah, but remember what happened when you tried that on Drum. It was very uncomfortable for both parties.
Balin likes me more than Drum.
Sure.
You don't get a DC dice from that, junkie.
That's right.
It was worth a try, though.
I mean, he smells like his breath smells like gasoline, man.
Togar's not sober. I can't play like he is. So.
No, you're doing great. It just you're not going to
Yeah.
give him. You're not going to give him Roll.
I believe in you. You're amazing. Okay.
God.
As I'm
God.
hearing Tolgar going and talking, I want to go and cast Druidcraft just about an inch in front of his mouth and just put a little like candle flame just as he exhales to see if the fumes catch.
You ever seen like someone light a fart before?
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's just a quick.
Tolgar, you're evolving. Now you're spitting fire.
I can't tell if I'm red or green, man.
Togar, I
God.
choose you.
It's about to go and become Togarmander.
God. All right.
Eventually he becomes Togarmand. Togar
All right,
Marazad.
So I'll just start. I guess before watches, I'll start.
Yeah.
putting
Make
everything
your rolls.
Okay. So it's just a intelligence roll. I'm
Right.
not proficient yet, so let me do that. Just need at least. Let me see if this works. By the way, because I'm on my laptop.
Sure. No rush.
9. Okay.
No.
So. Oh well, it was 8 for the crappy potion. So I can.
I'll let you see. You can make a crappy potion. That's as
Yeah,
far as you're
it's
gonna
the
get.
minor potion, which is a 1d4
Right.
hit point.
So that's the intelligence.
Okay.
Make the next DC. I am increasing the DC by a little bit, but I'll say, yeah, it's not that crappy of a roll. Yeah, make the next one.
Next one? What do I have to do for the next one?
What else did you have to do for your rolls? You said,
That's it. It's one roll, but based on because from that like dump stat thing that I sent you.
Mhm.
So if it's an 8 or above, it's a 1d4. If I hit at least 10, it's a 2d4, and if I get above 13, it's a 2d4 plus 2, which is the standard for regular potions of healing. So this one was a 9, so it's a minor.
I'll
potion
let
of
you.
1d4.
I'll let you create a crappy potion.
Okay.
I increased the DC, but it's just if it's just a crappy potion, you didn't roll bad. I'll let you get away with that one.
Okay. So I have one extra 1d4 potion of healing.
Okay.
My dog says hi, by the way.
Well, hello, doggy.
I'm going to spend the evening reading the book that Bruce gave me. It's called The Book of Useful Things.
Oh, interesting. Okay. There's a lot of chapters in that book. It's a strange book when you open it up, Critty, when you look at it. It's kind of weird. It's like it kind of does things like it. You can't quite make a Arcana check for me, Christy. It seems weird. This book is like the chapters. It's like the book was like made for you, but you can't quite understand it, right? So, so what is Christy? Critty's character. I'm sorry, I said Christy. Sorry, you guys both start with K, and it throws me off sometimes. So, as Critty's character, what were you thinking about? What were you trying to see inside the book?
I wanted to see 2 different things.
Sure. What was the first one?
Is if there's anything about Aor in there.
Okay. And what was the other one?
And the second thing is if there's anything about how to successfully cast magic in a place where magic is reversed. Like tricks and tips.
Tricks and tips. Okay. So, it's weird. You open this book and it seems to have, as you're thinking about this before you open the book, the first thing is Aor, a lost tale. The first chapter. And it says, it kind of gives the same explanation that you got from Drom. It kind of confirms the history of that you've heard before. It doesn't really give you anything else, right? Now, the other thing is, when you go to read about the second part, useful tips and tricks, it says there's really nothing you can do. When you're in some kind of place like this is one of those things where it's just the fates kind of thing. Because magic is an energy source. What's theorized about this is that because of the way magic was warped and used and what happened with the cataclysm here, that magic has been distorted. The energy doesn't always function the way it's supposed to because there's some kind of item or something there or things that happen that have distorted magic that you can't see or know until you actually experience it. And so that's why it makes it so random. You won't know until it actually happens. And it's so random because it's like the energy goes throughout, the universe, and it travels in different places, and sometimes it works fine. And then sometimes it's like you could hit a pocket or a traveling pocket that seems to come out of nowhere and hit you at the worst possible time. It's a roll of the dice. You just have to be aware of it about when you're casting, that there's not much you can do other than you're kind of rolling the dice every time you cast magic there. Because of just the nature of the place and what happened there, and because of what the gods did. I mean, they really, by them doing this, what it caused was, from what you kind of gather from Aor, is that they were doing stuff that was thousands of years ahead of its time with magic. And that's what made them so powerful to basically tell the gods to go F themselves, because we don't need you anymore. And they're going to kill the gods was basically what was going to happen. So
out of character, what that means is pretty much the ruins is a wild magic zone.
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah. If you
there-
want to treat it
there's
like
a-
that.
There's a real cool aspect that they add to the game with wild magic where if you are in these zones, you roll on a certain table.
I would say that it's worse. It's worse than wild magic, because wild magic can have certain effects. This can have deadly effects, unlike anything wild magic has ever been put out before. So,
it's more amplified.
It's amplified, and it's more awful, the bad things that happen. Unlike wild magic zones where, certain things can happen, and some can be very serious and very consequential. This ups it to 20 out of 10, right? And you're just kind of like, yeah, that's poopy.
I was summon a white rabbit. Well, let's roll the dice. You summoned a Tarask.
Who would summon Tarask?
Everyone roll new characters.
Oh, God. If you summon the Tarask,
No, thank you.
I'm just going to close my book and say you died, because I am not even going to. You are toast. But yeah, you kind of get a sense that that's how it's going to be when you're there, Chris. So if you want to share that with the party tomorrow, you can when you wake up, or just from your insights, that just really be careful. This is like nothing we've ever faced before, and it could go really bad. And it's the thing you do know, Critty. The higher the spell, it seems spells under 3rd level are okay. Anything above 3rd seems to be the higher the spell, the worse it could be. So if you cast a 2nd or 1st level spell, you're fine. 3rd, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit. 4th or higher, you can get some bad. And the higher you go above 4th, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Because you're pumping more power into the...
Right.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I mean, the idea
nothing.
is cool.
You're watching him make
that's
a
out of
potion.
character knowledge. Out of character knowledge, it's cool. Drom doesn't know shit about this. So.
Drom's sleeping.
Well, he better not, because he's on watch.
Well,
No, we're
ready.
done with our walk.
No, you haven't pulled your watch
well-
yet. We were doing the potions, and Critty wanted to read. So, and I would say that you kind of read all that before you go to sleep, Critty.
That's a cool book.
Well, it was a special gift.
Hmm?
All right. All right. First watch, Drom and Balloon. Please make your roll.
And we're doing this from inside the hut.
You're going to have to be outside the hut. You can't see outside of the hut.
I would rather just stay in the hut and not worry about perception then.
You can't. You're inside this tent. Are you guys so when you're pulling watch, are you guys trying to be outside to make sure that there's nobody approaching or coming at you? Or are you just staying alert and awake to see if anybody tries to come in or do something?
Ladder for me.
Yeah, I think
All right.
alert and awake.
It's a more
That'd be the
audio
better thing.
perception than anything else.
Okay.
Since I can't hear anything or see anything. So
Why would you? Okay, because you're staying inside. Okay, gotcha. All right, make your perception checks. Oh, you did? No, you haven't.
I haven't.
I don't see one from Drom
Well,
either.
let's see if Roll20 hates me today.
It always hates you, man. What are you talking about?
Nope.
It doesn't. Well, at least for that roll, it's
Not this
been
time.
Balin,
it's using reverse psychology. on
Balin,
me.
you're just depressed. You couldn't make a good potion. You're like, I made a dinky one. I let the team down. Drom, you don't hear anything other than nothing outside. So, all right, who's pulling the next watch? Unless you guys want to have a conversation, we'll move on to the next watch.
So
Togar's probably still awake. He'll take the next watch.
All right, make a perception check.
that's good scotch.
Critty, are you pulling watch too? I saw you make a perception check. You are? Okay. I mean, Togar, you're sobering up. I mean, you actually went outside for about 5-10 minutes after this stuff started to wear off, and it kind of woke you up. You walk back outside and like, whoa, how did that wake you up? Critty, you're still kind of thinking about what you just read, so you're not really into it, but nothing really happens on your watch. You guys want to talk about something? You can. If not, we'll move on.
This was a rich elf, right?
What?
This was a rich elf that owned this yurt that we were in.
Yes, it was, from what we were told.
So, because of what I was told, Togar would really like to search this hut and see if there's anything of a little, maybe value.
Roll perception again because you have disadvantage now because you're trying to investigate the damn hut. All right, making it. Okay. Making it.
Well, that worked.
I mean, you don't really see this because you're kind of, your thoughts are elsewhere. Togar's being sneaky Togar and trying to pretend like he's pulling stuff, but he actually does a decent job considering he's being sneaky. Make an investigation check with disadvantage.
15.
Not bad.
Oh, you don't find anything.
God damn.
That's not bad with disadvantage either.
No. Decent roll. Well, that's all that Togar has. If I can't find the rich guy's stuff, then I can't find the rich guy's stuff.
My God. All right. So you guys, with Togar with thoughts of grandeur in his brain, and Critty with the thoughts of stuff that she read, actually productive stuff. You guys gonna sleep? Who's pulling the next watch?
I can take it.
All right. Reed takes it by himself. Make a perception check, my friend.
21.
No, it's a quiet watch. Nothing really happens. You don't hear anything outside. It's bitterly cold. You go out for a minute or two just to go outside, and you're like, nope. It's butt cold. You go back inside near the fire and warm yourself and just listen, and you don't hear anything. Nothing happens. And then last but not least, we have Ashira and Hadalin.
Yes.
Make a perception check, please.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind. Poor favor. Jeez. And then we're waiting for fine Corinthian leather. Helen, you are really on it. You're just aware. You're just awake. I mean, you're used to cold. I mean, you're a dwarf. Being in the mountains and stuff. Sherry, you hate this. It's not your cup of tea. You're just not into pulling watch. Nothing happens on your watch though. If you guys want to have a conversation, you can. If not, then we'll wake up to the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adolin just looks like he's,
Smoking your
focused on
pipe,
the watch.
focus on his watch. Shira's just kind of like she's got that I'm awake and I'm here, but don't touch me because I'll stab you kind of look.
I hate the cold.
Okay, yeah. And then I really won't talk.
Yeah.
She looks like she's in thinking of something like a not happy memory or something.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm
No,
just
no,
not
I didn't say you're in a
very
bad. Yeah, you're just not.
observant mood,
Yeah.
and I'm meditating on what my hand looks like. How is the hand? It looks very strange.
Oh
There
my
are
God.
wrinkles on it.
No, it doesn't actually. Yeah, it's very smooth and elvish and very long, luscious fingers. All right. Oh God. Oh my God. All right. Next morning, you guys wake up. Anything you guys want to do before you head over to Orvo?
Breakfast.
You guys, you break your fast. You have a delicious cooked meal because it's probably not going to happen for a while. That's why you have all these rations.
Exactly.
Good hot drink.
Yep.
Bacon.
Lots of bacon. You guys eat lots of bacon. That's not a problem.
There anything made of wood inside this yurt?
There sure isn't.
Not like a chest or a chair.
No. There's a couple of... All the furniture stuff has been taken out of this. So basically, it's just a really comfortable place to be, but it's not furnished or anything. Anything that you think of value that would have been here that was observable is gone.
All right, I'm looking for something I can burn, worst case scenario.
Johnny's looking for wood before his long deployment.
Well, that's a way of putting it.
I mean, sure. Let's go with that. All right. So you guys enjoy a nice hot breakfast. Probably the last one you're going to have for a while. And you guys head over to Orvo, who has got his this really cool looking sled. It's got runes on it, and it's got all kinds of supplies on it. And you see it's got a little seat, and in the front's kind of like this arrow-shaped point. It's like, all right. You guys will follow along after me. I'm going to clear the path, and you guys will follow behind me, and I'll clear the path for you guys and get you there. I can't promise what's going to happen with the weather or what we'll run into out there, but you guys good to go? You got your supplies, got everything you need?
So we're going into like this,
and
like
I
crazy
totally screwed up that
snowstorm
guy's
thing?
voice. I should have been I should have been a lighter Irish voice. I screwed that up. Jesus. Too many voices. Too many questions. God. All right, if you guys are ready, let's go.
We're
just
going
means
into
that
like
Is
it's like
his sled
snowstorms.
self-propelled or?
I'm still thinking of like Nepal.
Yeah, it's self-propelled, yeah.
Can we hitch like a sled to the back and ride?
No, he tells you he can't do that because he just everything, his supplies and everything. That's the way that works. He plows through the snow, and he's like he would a normal sled, like like a pull dog sled, but it seems to be powered by some kind of magic and stuff. And he plows through, and you guys follow behind them.
So you happen to be wearing a red suit.
No, why would I be wearing the red suits?
Just being observant.
I mean, I just stick out.
Wait.
I'm just begging to be food.
Not a bad plan.
Does he have a gray beard?
He's
Not a
a
bad
young
plan.
dwarf. What about a young dwarf thinks you has a gray beard?
Is it maybe a platinum blonde beard? See, Johnny got it.
No, I get it. You're a potato head. You're an absolute potato head. All right.
Actually, as we get ready to go, I grab Reed by the back of his collar and throw him up on my shoulder.
All right.
Oh, God, gets
It's gonna be a
I'm
deep
gonna-
snow that we're gonna be walking through. So
That's why I
Hey,
bought
I'm
the
actually-
snowshoes, but thank you.
I'm actually gonna grab my rope and I'm gonna tie it around me,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take like 3 or 4 meters of slack,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna hand it over to Gara, asking her to tie it around her waist too. Because if we're going into like deep snow, all this like snow stuff,
lifeline.
basically like everybody will tie off like every 3 or 4 meters, and that way we don't lose one another, and we can make sure.
Can
that
I
we have,
pause
like,
for a second to
space.
say that Togar, out of all the times he played, has actually come up with a brilliant plan. Get a free reroll there, Togar. For
Do
not...
you know how many times I've watched YouTube videos on like summiting Mount Everest? Do you have any idea?
Do you have any
There's
idea
a
that
guy
I've
does it.
actually been in that kind of weather in training? And that's actually what we did because, yes, that is legit. So
Well,
get a
that's-
free roll.
There's a reason why it's called the Everest Lifeline.
Trust me. I've shared the story of me parachuting into snow and how horrible that went. So, just all you see is my head as a parachute lands on top of me. All right. So, all right. You
Good
guys,
idea.
everybody
Very
that
good
wants to
idea.
tie the rope, I'm assuming everybody does.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
smart
yeah.
idea. Actually, Togar, you get a free reroll. That was really good. Good stuff, man. All right. You guys get tied on. You start following along. Now, you don't have to make any survival checks because Orvo is your guide. However, we have to. Who wants to roll to see what are the weather conditions and stuff that you guys are going to be doing? And the other thing is how
Not grim.
I assume you guys are not going to go at a fast pace. Well, everyone is going to roll once during this trip, so he will roll eventually. Now, it's a 7-day journey there. Depending on the weather, you guys will make a day's travel each day. Now, you can make up depending on what you roll and what the weather conditions turn out to be and stuff and encounters. So this is all going to be what this is going to be entailing. So,
Shall we get my shitty dice roll out of the way first?
do you want to just knock it out of the park right off the
Or
bat?
do we
Can
want
I-
to wait until
Can I
we're
cast
pressed for
Druidcraft to
time?
see what the weather will be?
Not here. No, it doesn't
Oh.
work. It's strange, isn't it? Actually, go ahead and cast your craft and see what happens.
I cast Druidcraft.
You get some strange guy like, hey, welcome to the 5 o'clock news. We have nothing for you. Back to you, Bob.
That's all right. He's
Speaking of
useless.
Reed casting Druidcraft, I'm going to take this moment to remind everyone what I read about yesterday.
Oh, you guys get some knowledge dropped on you by Crete.
So you maybe don't want to cast anything that's higher than a 3rd level because my book says that's a dicey proposition.
There you go. Do you want to rethink your position there, Reed, Tea Leaf?
It's a cantrip that does nothing.
Yeah, I did.
You know what? I wonder if that has something to do with the.
I know, but I just heard like roleplay. You hear that and go, oh.
It's legitimately my 4th highest spell.
Okay, there.
And it's a cantrip.
I wonder if that's mainly what's causing the snow to glow when you do the detect magic up here.
There's no when you look at the snow and when you use detect magic, if anybody wants to do it, you don't see the same thing that you saw back at the Crystal Sands.
Oh, really?
Tundra. Yeah.
It's not blinding.
Nope.
Interesting.
The snow is, yes, but not in that kind of way. All right, who wants to roll? I need someone to roll for me.
What's the roll?
Do we want to get?
I'm
Do we
not
wanna
telling
get
you.
that out of the
I
way?
just want to know who's gonna roll.
Let's get it out of the way. Go for it,
Can I
Grim.
do
Probably drawing.
divine sense?
What's that?
Did someone volunteer to roll?
I think Drum might be the
Grim.
best with survival, right?
I-
No
I
survival.
have
This isn't a
plus
survival
6.
roll. This
So-
is
Just
not
like a flat roll 20 or what?
Yeah, I'm not.
I was
gonna-
just trying to survive somebody, like
You
figure
don't
out
have-
weather.
No, you don't have to.
But
You
still.
don't have to roll survival because Orvo is taking care of that for you. But the you're in a strange.
These are luck rolls pretty much to see what our
Yeah,
luck
yeah.
is during the trip. Do
What
we
the
want
hell?
to get my shitty dice
I'll try.
roll?
I
Okay.
can try.
Okay, who's gonna do it? Make a decision. I want to hear the name. Say the person that's doing
Are you
it.
guys good if I try it?
Go for it.
Okay, go. For
Sure.
It. All right, all right. Bayloon has stepped up. He's like, all right, I'm going to check the weather.
The last whole day just seemed like a blur, so let me see if I can do something today. Okay, so what do I do? Just roll d20 straight?
Uh-huh.
6.
You have normal weather. So
Nice.
no weather. You guys actually get through the entire day, make good progress. However, roll me another d20.
19.
Nothing happens on your first day. It's a good day of travel. You make good time. You're getting out of the city. I mean, just say city, the ramshackle place that you came from. You make good time. Nothing happens. Good weather. It's a good day. Good trip. And then you guys are good to go. Because
Can I use divine sense to check the dwarf to see if he is a good dwarf?
yes, you may. You don't need to roll anything. I know what divine sense does. Yeah, he's actually a good dwarf. You don't get any
Okay.
sense of you don't get any sense around because it does a wide area. You don't sense any demons or angels or undead or and he's good and you don't sense any bad, just nothing but good right at the moment. So, and that's why it gives you a good omen for the day that the day went well. Huzzah! All right.
Nice.
Now, the only thing I'm going to ask, because you guys rolled so good on that, we're not going to pull watch because nothing's going to happen. If you guys want to have any conversations with anybody, feel free. If not, we'll go on to day number 2.
I'm gonna actually talk to Critty.
Okay.
So Critty, you mentioned that 3rd level spells and higher are kind of weird when you cast it, but lower spells are okay.
Yeah, it said my book said that level 3 spells you're kind of taking a chance on. Level 1 and 2 spells are probably going to be okay, but it said be really careful. And then it said like 4th and up could have some really bad consequences.
Are there any examples about what the consequences are or what may happen?
No, I think that I think it's too unpredictable for people to write down. And this book is really cool, but I don't think it's got every answer I'm looking for.
I will
Ask it what the meaning of life is.
Get out of here, Drum, you're asleep.
I will. I can maybe propose something if you are interested, Critty, and
What's up?
maybe some research. It is not hard to believe that magic is kind of what I am reliant on, even though I am trying to learn how to use the longsword. Maybe we can try casting different spells to see what the reactions are, and you can maybe make notations and actually get the research for it. But before we actually get into a point of danger, we can do it in safety during some of the nights just to see. But if you think it would help to try and get some research in.
I like that idea, but I'm worried about accidentally hurting each other. And I seem to remember this one time that somebody wanted to explore and was curious, and then he kind of went giantly evil.
That has happened before. I vaguely remember that as well.
Yeah, this may fall along the line of touching things. We're kind of touching the wild magic areas, basically.
I love the idea of research, but I am a little bit preoccupied with those sick kids, and I really don't want to do anything that holds us up.
And I'm sure there's probably an article in her book that talks about don't touch things.
Oh, God. For chapter 3, Balin, if he tried to touch something, stab him.
Like, that
That's all
was the
it
most
says.
perfect. Yeah, it was the perfect.
Chapter 3, Balin touches wild magic.
Yeah.
Like the perfectly worded. No, I'm not gonna do that.
These are the perfectly poor decisions
You know,
we were talking about.
the
God.
wild magic zone. Would you like to know more? Click the would you like to know more? And it says, don't do it.
The guy from Indiana Jones and Temple, and the third one shows up. He chose poorly. All right. Anything else you discuss, Balin? Jesus.
No, that's it.
Okay. Oh, God.
Critty just mic dropped me. What the hell am I going to do with that?
You don't do a
that was
damn
awesome.
thing.
That was awesome.
Thank God someone has good common sense. I was waiting for her to say yes because I was like, oh, I start rubbing my hands together. Let's see what happens. Okay. Anybody else have a conversation with anybody else? We'll move on to the next day. Okay, I'm going to take that as day number 2. All right, you guys wake up. It starts off as a normal day. It is cold. The snow is blinding. You guys, it is really rough. You have your cloaks pulled on. It is really cold. Who's making the rolls for day number 2?
Togar's feeling lucky.
Togar, you're the next contestant on See What the Hell Happens. Let's make a dice roll if you would, sir. Roll that D20.
I get a feeling it's going to be like
Really lucky.
You know, don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Hey, 7 may not be bad. I got a 6 on the first one, and it wasn't bad, so you never know.
I don't know. I'm still scared.
Number
It's
7.
a little cloudy, but it's normal. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not. I mean, it actually is good weather.
Okay.
Now, roll me another D20.
Consistent.
Hoping that it
Hey,
continues.
If something.
All you need is
really?
one more 7, and then you'll win the jackpot.
Oh, really? You rolled a 7? Oh. Okay. Okay. Roll me a D6.
Oh God, Ranger the Swevens.
Roll me a D6.
7 better not be Balin touches something in his
Congratulations, you haven't unlocked Echo.
As you guys are traveling this day, you see far off in the distance, you see it first, Togar, since you're the one that rolled. And as you guys are walking, you kind of hear a noise. Something catches your eye, Togar, or your ear, whatever. And you see what looks like a herd of 3 mammoths running away from you guys, but they're running away. if someone, I'll give 2 people to make a perception check if you want to check what that is. Togar,
Yes.
you're one of them. So make a perception check, Togar, and then one other person that seems to
Reed.
notice.
I'll do it.
All right, Reed, you make the perception check.
16 for me.
15.
Yeah, you guys are able to kind of see because the weather is so good. You guys are able to see that it looks like it's a group of some kind of humanoids chasing these mammoths. Looks like a hunting party. That's all you see. Not going to tell you anything else.
How far off are they?
They're a ways away. They're not going to interfere with you guys in any way, but they are chasing some mammoths, and looks like they're being chased by these humans and these
Togar
humanoid.
says that we stay the course.
Yeah, I'll just yell up to Orva and make sure he's aware of them if he didn't spot them.
He says, "Yeah, those be the wild folks. Don't need to mess with them." It looks like when you guys looked, there was about 8 to 10 of them that were after these mammoths and stuff. It's like, yeah, they hunt mammoths for food and stuff, so nothing really.
Good.
Will they bother us if they see us?
No, they won't. They'll leave us alone. Oh, you got lucky on that, Togar. I was hoping you'd roll something else. All right. You guys have another good day of travel. Very nicely done. So, day 2, nothing happens. That night, if you guys want to have a conversation, you can. If not, anybody who wants to talk to anybody else, you can. Or Orvo or anything like that. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I will just
or
pull
do
out
anything.
my pack.
Or you pull out your pack.
And that was the third time Balloon didn't touch anything.
I'll pull out the anti-magic handcuffs that I've had since the very beginning of the campaign, and I'll just keep looking at Balin and holding him up.
Make an intimidation check.
Unnatural 20.
5. So I'll try spinning him around and smack myself in the chin with him.
Okay, you do that. Balin, you get advantage on this since he rolled horribly on a Christmas saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. Balin, how do you respond to this?
I know that he is trying to intimidate me, right?
It's quite obvious. He's trying to do it, but he's doing that thing where it's like he's trying to be scary, but you're like, you ever seen like in an anime where the cute girl's trying to be like scary and they're like, oh, you're so cute kind of thing? That's what you're kind of getting right now.
Okay. I'm actually gonna indulge Reed a little bit. And don't worry, Reed, I'm not gonna cast magic. However, I could actually use your help and Hadlin's. I'm gonna start to walk over towards Hadlin, actually.
Okay.
Hadlin, it seems like I'm going to be reliant on this, and I'll take out the Raven Queen longsword. A little more here, because the only time I'm really going to be able to cast magic is in a time of extreme need. Would you be willing to spar with me so I can get some practice with use of the longsword?
Oh.
I mean, I think it would be better if we do like sparring, as in I stand there with my shield and you see if you can actually hit me rather than me fight back. We'll start there.
I'm okay with that.
All right, let's do this. All right, you guys set up a little area. Orville kind of looks. He's smoking a pipe. he seems entertained by this. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh, this."
I'm gonna watch this as well.
All right,
This is gonna be good.
All right, make an attack roll there, Balloon, with your sword.
And I'm just going full defensive, so I forget what that does.
I got you, man. Just tell me what your AC is when it comes down to it.
Longsword here. Okay. Got it. And roll.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Well, that'll do it.
So you see Hadlin and Balin go out there. Balin kind of does that thing from Zoro's like, but instead of him getting the sword knocked out of his hand, I was like, all right, I want you to do, and before he can, like, ready, begin, like this blur comes out of nowhere from Balin, who just pokes him right in the armpit, like not hard, just enough to just let him know I got you, and just pulls back before you can even do anything, Hadley. You're just like, oh. You all see this happen.
I must be dreaming. I'm sleeping. I'm on watch and I fell asleep. This isn't real.
That was Drum doing a double take.
Hey, you saw it. Yes, you did. You all saw this.
Good job, Alan, I guess.
Do you want to go again?
I'm
gonna say this. If you get another success, Balin, I will allow you to use your longsword moving forward. However, if you fail, you go back to finishing up so you can do it.
Okay. Should I try again, Hadlin?
I mean, sure. I love getting hit really hard.
He didn't hit you that hard. That's how controlled he was. That's how good this was.
Do I need to make a...
Oh, make a deception check then, since you're being full of poopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know he's... I mean...
I'm like, my shoulder's sore, though.
Yeah, he...
Okay, let me see if Hadlin's attempt at deception distracts me. Let's see what happens. 9.
Yeah. Ping! It did. But I'm going to say you get 3 successes for what you needed there, Balin, because that was extraordinary. I don't know how many more you have left. But
I have to get my spreadsheet because it's on my regular...
Yeah, I don't know where you're at.
I'll make a note.
You haven't been telling me, so...
Yeah, I have the notes on my other computer, so I'll check when I'm...
Sure. All right. All right, so...
And, well, I also asked Reed to come over here, too. So
okay.
I'm actually going to look at Reed.
I'm not about to let you swing at me with a sword.
I actually... Don't worry, that is not what I'm asking.
God.
No, I'm really worried.
I have been more accustomed to hiding in my darkness than anything else, but I'm kind of not wanting to cast that. Togar seems to have the finer points of hiding. Can you teach me a little bit about how to maybe hide some more? You taught me before. I wasn't very good, but I feel like I need those skills now.
Yeah, I can start walking him through some of the basics to say.
So that's funny because I was going to ask him the same thing.
Okay.
So an orc and a human go to a halfling to learn about stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see where this goes.
Okay, Reed, how are you going to... You're going to have to... This is going to be wonky. All right, Reed, how are you going to explain this? And then it's going to depend on what I allow them to roll to see if they can even understand what the hell you're talking about with this. So, Reed, how do you explain being stealthy to them?
It's a combination of things. It's environmental awareness of exactly where you're standing, seeing how shadows cast off objects. But then the other half of it then is being able to control the noise coming off your footsteps. So, for example, you want to either walk more up on the front of your foot, sort of that area just behind your toes. And as you put your foot down, try to roll your foot from the outer part of it, coming into that, so that it almost comes in like a C motion. This way you're minimizing the amount of contact. So if you hear yourself being loud, you can go and you can start to stop that motion, immediately back off of it.
Okay. Anything else?
In general, you want to minimize the amount of things rattling around on you. So if you're wearing, say, giant steel plate armor with lots of rivets and shite on it, you may want to jam little pieces of cloth in between some of them, try to minimize the amount they can rattle around.
Okay. Both of you make an intelligence check, please.
Just straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
We are equal dumb.
Wow.
Reed,
Thank
you
you,
give
Roll20.
this Reed, you give this wonderful statement that is a lecture that even Critty kind of picks up like, oh, that's right. Because
I'm going to raise my hand afterwards. How do you turn your foot into the letter C?
No, you don't even get to that point. You guys, they did this thing where they look like you say, "No, you understand," and they go, "Yes," and you know for a fact they don't have clue one about anything you just said. Like they do not understand the basic concepts you just talked about. They're hopeless at this point. It's going to be a while before you can try to help them again.
The two of you should probably just stay near the back of the party more.
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
Uh,
Oh God.
this is fantastic.
All right.
We get to be dumb together, Grim.
I can't believe the two of you rolled the same thing.
I
Roll
know.
20, man.
Unbelievable.
Roll 20. Dice hate me, man.
The exact same thing.
God.
You can't make this stuff up, folks. I swear. You really can't make this stuff up. All right. Anything else? Anybody wants to have a conversation with anybody else before we get to the day number 2?
Tree.
5.
11.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Chair.
5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do 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 do.
12.
It's just a big 8-ball rolling around.
I think it was a pinball machine, wasn't it?
Well, we're in an area covered in snow, so I figured
Yeah.
an 8-ball.
Well, no,
might
I'm talking
work.
about the Sesame Street skit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Any other conversations?
That was
Okay.
about it.
Day 3. Here we go. You guys, we've had so far we have Drom and who else rolled?
No,
Togar.
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
Drum hasn't
Balin.
rolled yet.
No, Togar and myself.
Okay.
Yep.
Balin and Togar.
All right.
Drum, you want to go for it?
Oh, I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Just want to make that known.
Sure. Roll.
TPK.
18.
That's a TPK roll. That's fine.
Okay. Roll another d20.
Oh, we who are about to die salute you. Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Okay. Roll one more time.
What, another D20?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys get hit with a snow.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Ignore that one.
Okay, that one doesn't count. You guys hit this day with the changing weather. It changed instantly. It starts off with a bright day, and then halfway through your journey, you get hit with a really, really bad snowstorm. But it's not the worst because your guy's like it'll be all right. It's rough, but it's gonna affect the travel. So you kind of lose a little bit of the time you would have made up previously. So it's not, it's not the best day possible. You guys don't get a full day's travel because of the weather. The wind's light to medium, so it's not bad. It kind of just is annoying. It kind of stings your face if you don't cover up, kind of thing. It is snowing. It's just one of those storms that are more annoying than anything. Your guy's like, hey, it could be worse, kind of thing. But you do lose a little bit of time. And then roll me a d6 as well.
That would be a 2.
Make only you and you only make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. $14.
Okay. Make a survival check.
$9.
Okay, you don't see anything. You think you caught something in the corner of your eye, but you don't. And then you guys get ready to set up camp for the night. So with that, real quick, I need to go get some more ice, so I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. Give me 1 minute.
Give me a chance to go get a refill.
Yeah, let's get a refill real quick, and then we'll be right back. So let's take 2 minutes here so everybody can get something to drink. I'll be right back. I need some more ice.
Whee! Oh, So while we're still on stream, I think, and taking a little break, I do want to make a mention of something that I'm going to put on the Twitch page. If you guys are not familiar, I traveled, so I'm at my parents' place visiting my parents. Hence the return of the orange background, which I have a feeling Bad Rongo is going to bring back soon too. But when I am back, I'm going to be updating the Twitch panel down below because we have effectively kind of a sponsor for the stream. It has been Silverbolt. So if you guys are not familiar, Silverbolt has drawn all of the character artwork that you see here. However, he has released a graphic novel in Singapore. It is officially available to purchase. So I actually have it. So next time we are on, I will show you guys the graphic novel he has created. And in the panels down below will be a link if you guys would so choose to buy the graphic novel from Silverbolt. It is pretty cool looking on the outside. I've actually been a little afraid to open the packaging because I'm like, this thing is too awesome for me to not have new in box. But he told me I should read it, so I'm probably going to read it this week. So next week, be on the lookout for that. So if you guys want to, I know he's looking for a US publisher. So right now it is available for purchase through a Singapore site. So there is additional shipping if you're having it to the US. But honestly, it's worth it. I'm about to buy one of his other works as well from that. So just FYI. But I will have that link below. So we kind of have a kind of a pseudo official sponsor in Silverbolt. So I wanted to give him a shout out, and I will have the link in there by next week's session. So there you go. I figured I'd make that announcement while we're on a little bit of a hiatus since I missed the beginning of the stream. Since, yeah, it started earlier. I was anticipating. I was at Texas de Brazil, and I had the meat sweats. That's all I can say. I don't know if you guys have been there. It is just a bunch of meat. You just eat the meat, and then you get sweats while trying to digest the meats. It is an experience. That's all I can say. So, yes. Your bedroom pic is on the other computer.
Yeah, I saved my picture of your bedroom on my special computer.
Ah.
So
do you want
it's the
another
one the
one?
FBI won't be able to get off me.
Do you want another one?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You sure? I can duck right now and you can copy it. So that
the other computer is just to my right, 3 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, so I will have that available. And then I'm also working on the intro, so we can get the lovely Critty in there instead now. So I'll work on that as well and get that updated. So that's on my to-do list. I still have to clip that 15-hour stream, 24-hour stream and get our video out. Because that's where I last left off on the YouTube videos, is the one where I have to clip out our D&D session from 24 hours. So I'm going to do, that's my updates for this week for the stream stuff. So I will get all of that together.
All right, I am back. So, who is pulling for first watch, please?
Togor will take first watch with Balin.
You're just gonna volunteer Balin, huh?
I'm gonna voluntold Balin.
How are you gonna do that?
I mean, intimidation check.
Okay, and try to intimidate. What do you say to Balin to make him have to pull guard with you?
I'm gonna show him my little bottle of hooch, and I'm going to scare him by saying, "I think I could drink half of this while I'm taking watch."
How is that scary?
Because he's going to be scared that I'm going to fail watch.
Yes. I will actually give you that.
Okay.
I will say I agree with you. And I will immediately proceed to walk over to Ashira.
Uh-huh.
And
They're talking about you, Big.
What are they talking about?
Finn doesn't like my idea, and so they're saying you have to take watch with me. So you best hurry back to the machine.
Yeah,
so
we all perk
yell
up
at...
as soon as he starts to walk over towards Ashira. We're like,
Can we
it's
all
gonna be
take
good.
watch with Togar?
I'm trying to take watch with a bottle of hooch, babe. Get back to your computer.
I like Garrus laughing.
No, she's just in the background like, oh god, here we go.
She's already like, I know what's about to happen.
She's now sprinting across the house irately.
You know what? In the interest of just curiosity, let's do the intimidation. I'm just curious if I'm intimidated.
Okay, make your intimidation roll, Togar, and then
That's a nat
Yeah.
20.
Dear God.
make your charisma saving throw.
No.
Yeah.
So yes, I am thoroughly intimidated by that prospect.
That means you don't even go to Ashira.
Well, no, I am. But my response to the intimidation is to get Ashira. I'm not able to handle Togar.
Oh, that's right. You get scared.
And I was
It
gonna
means
like
you
say
both have to
something,
come.
but I'm scared too.
Everybody's
I know
scared.
everybody's freaking scared of Togar going on watch with Uch at this point. He natural 20. He aimed for me, intimidated the entire party.
An
what
AoE
happened?
intimidation.
Are we all together? Like,
Yeah.
am I nearby that I see
You
this?
sure are, Critty.
Great. Well, Finn runs over to Ashira. Hey, Togar. Instead of that hooch, I've got something for you. I have a book that Irvin guy gave me. How about you want to read it instead of drinking?
Make a persuasion check. Togar, make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
He is not dissuaded.
Let's see what he says. Let's see what he rolls.
My
Charisma saving
modifier is a +9, so
Yeah,
I
but you
think
can
I'm
roll
good.
a 1.
You can still
you can
roll
roll
a
a
one.
1.
throw. No, he still rolled cruddy, but better
that
than
was
cruddy.
still really good though.
You rolled a
Good
2.
idea.
We
Yeah,
both rolled a 2.
yeah. Unfortunately, he hesitates for a moment. Critty like, no, and then he's like, nah. All right, is Ashira back or? Because Balin ran over to Ashira in fright.
I mean, she got voluntold too.
I'm here.
Ashira, Togar is threatening to do watch while drinking hooch. I don't know how to control Togar, especially when I can't use magic.
Have you ever successfully used magic to control Togar?
This is true. I have not, because I don't want to kill him.
I appreciate that.
Well, at least not yet.
Fucking grim.
Alright.
Says the guy with Carry Me Drum as his Zoom name.
Right? I thought you were my friend.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you are still breathing though, so yeah.
He at least
Maybe
seems
we're
to
still
respond
friends.
to you, Ashira. Maybe you can tell him that that is a bad idea.
Yeah, Balin looks terrified of this prospect,
Mhm.
Ashira. So what do you do?
Okay, well then I walk over to Togar.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on, Togar?
Did you come to imbibe in the spirits with the Togar?
Is that? Are you going to be on watch while you're doing that?
I mean, I'm gonna need your +4 saving throw while I'm doing this, so come on.
She doesn't have to give it to you.
Oh my
You,
God.
it
You
is
just
not
bring the positive vibes.
It's a bottle of Muse, baby. A bottle of Muse.
a bottle of bad news. Did you say a bottle of bad news?
Come on and tell me about your man, Cordlon.
We've had this discussion before. I feel like this is like repeat of things we have done before. We had an issue with you paying attention on watch before. And
broke
we had a
Finn.
discussion about you and me and Corlan before. And I'm not sure if any of these are ringing bells for you or
I'm
if I
just here.
need to, ring your bell.
Oh, you want to ring my bell? Huh?
Make an
Would you like
intimidation
me to
check,
ring your
Ashira,
bell?
with advantage.
All right.
Make your charisma saving
Oh,
throw,
yeah.
Togar.
Do I,
I got a
witness
20.
her?
Oh,
She
damn
22.
it!
Is this the part of Ashira where Drom's seen this before and
Yes.
Be afraid, be very afraid type look? Okay.
Yeah, it's the
We've all seen it at this point. It's not even just a draw.
you see white light. You see white blue light coming out of her eyes as she starts getting ramped up. As you see the power of Coralon starting to become manifest in Ashira.
I back away slowly.
Yeah, no, that was a really good timing for that roll because I actually have to go give my dog her medicine. And so being thoroughly convinced that what I had planned is an awful idea is 100% appropriate right now.
Yep.
So I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
I'll take watch by
That
myself.
was awesome.
I'll take watch.
I got you. Sure. The third watch, you'll do it by
Okay.
yourself. Okay. For shits and giggles, Balin, make your perception check, please. Yeah, I do a pretty good job. Don't see anything. Togar.
I'll tell Drom, by the way. Yeah, I'll tell Drom. I will go with Togar today just to make sure he doesn't.
Oh, he is as alert as you've ever seen him. He doesn't even need to roll. He is like.
Well, just because I'm normally with Drom, so I'm just kind of letting him.
Yeah. For a change, Drom's gonna take watch with Ashira.
No, she's doing it by herself. She said.
No, I can. Well, okay.
If Ashira lets him.
If she lets him, how's that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So who's taking the third watch by themselves?
I can take one by myself.
You'll do it again? Okay. So that means it's Hadlin and Critty for the second watch. Make your perception checks. Okay. Hadlin, you don't see anything. You're just smoking your pipe. You and Critty are kind of just doing your thing. Critty, you do notice something a little bit. You can't quite make out what it is. You see a little bit of movement while you're doing watch. Seems to be coming slowly toward you. What do you do?
Said I see movement and
Mm-hmm. You think you
And
see
what else?
movement. That's all. It looks like it's coming toward you. You're not sure. It's at night. It's hard to see.
well, if I think I see something, I'm gonna say, Hadlin, can you help me look over there? I think I saw something.
Hadlin, you don't see anything.
Go into a defensive, posture and stuff like that.
You see suddenly about 40 feet away or right outside, just right at the edge of your perception, looks like a little ball of something, white fur, pop up out of the snow and just kind of sit there and looking at you.
Little ball of white fur.
Mm-hmm. Hard to tell what it is from here. Not being. It is not you. Oh, Graham, you have a disadvantage when I decide. Oh, you turkey! How dare you bring up that Star Trek nonsense? All right. Yeah, it just kind of just.
Can I very gently investigate without going too far away?
Yeah, let's say you do that.
It might be an animal that needs help, but it might be something scary, and I don't want to get far away from Hadlin.
Make a nature check. See if you can identify what it is.
Things that look small and innocuous are sometimes dangerous. I already want to wake everybody up and beat it to death.
Well, you say you were just in a defensive position.
No, I say that out loud, basically.
Oh, yeah. It's roll an insight check.
Oh, dude, if it's the Vorpal Bunny from Monty Python, that'd be awesome.
Natural 20. Very nice.
Wow.
So you look a little bit closer and you're not quite sure what it is, but you get a divine sense almost, Critty, that this creature, whatever it is, has no ill intentions toward you. And actually seems to be a little... You get a sense that it's curious but scared of you.
Can I cast my level 1 speak with animals and try to communicate with it?
Let me see if it is.
Because my book said level 1 should be pretty okay.
Yeah. That's not the issue. I don't know if it's an animal.
Aw. It'd be so much fun if it like wild magic, and you were
I was
only
hoping it
able
was a
to.
bunny.
I know. But if it wild
She
magic
comes
and
back
you were only able to
speak
speak to Togar,
or
24 hours of being able to speak to Togar.
Yeah.
I
Is it
want to
just
see that
me,
now,
or-
where Togar is just her interpreter.
Yeah, why is she
You
like?
you
What is the
cast
fox
that,
saying?
You cast that, but it doesn't seem to respond.
Okay. Then I'll just edge a little bit closer and make soothing sounds. Like, it's okay, buddy. Like I would talk to a puppy and kind of hold out my hand that it can get a little closer if it feels safe and sniff.
Okay.
Putting out good
this,
vibes.
This thing moves a little bit closer. You are able to make that it is a 4-foot small Yeti. Looks like a baby Yeti. And it's
4 foot?
You know how big Yetis are, you freak?
I know, but it's just baby
Yeah,
Yeti's
dude.
bigger than Reed.
Yeah, I was
It's not
gonna
hard.
say,
Really wanting to smash that to death.
you remember
now.
the Yetis we fought at the beginning that made Drum look like a small person?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Okay.
It moves forward and kind of puts up its hand toward you, like, and then backs away, and then comes a little bit forward and sniffs the air and kind of turns its head a little bit. You can see that it is perfectly adapted. It's no unlike you've seen Yetis other than this one that have a little bit mixture of gray and white and some other colors that help it naturally blend in a little bit better with different environments. This one's pure white, and its fur's more fluffy than it is.
I would like to hold out some of my rations to try to share with it and make friends with it.
Okay. Make a persuasion check with your actions. Is what you're trying to do here. Do it again.
Not any better.
It's not Frida's creature. It takes a few minutes. Hadley, you see this happen as it slowly creeps forward, a little closer. As you hold out your hand, Critty, it kind of goes up and it grabs it real quickly than you thought imaginable, and then just starts sitting there and munching on the food and just looking at you.
What a
Curiously.
good little snowball. I'm just gonna like be excited and cooing at it and trying to make friends stuff.
It just keeps looking at you. It can't. You get a sense that it cannot understand anything you're saying, but you get like on a basic level, it kind of has an understanding that you seem okay. You know, it doesn't seem threatened by you. It does not trust you yet either.
Can I cast level 1 comprehend languages? I can understand what it's saying to me. I don't think it can understand me. But I'm just trying to be able to provide like reassuring sounds so that it knows that I'm not threatening to it.
Yes, you can actually. Well done. It doesn't really say much at the beginning. It's very quiet. It seems a little shy. You get 2 words initially. What you?
And then I'll just point at myself and say, Critty, friend, and smile and make soft motions.
What?
I just want it to know that
Crit-
it's not going to understand
Second
me,
thing
but
you, I know. Second thing you hear it say. What Critty?
Critty is friend. Pretty nice. Pretty
It
nice.
doesn't understand that. It goes.
I'm talking to it like I would talk
Yeah,
to my dog.
yeah. I got you, but I'm just telling you, it's mindset as it asks you questions back. It goes, "What friend?"
I'm gonna hold out some more rations, and I'm gonna say, "Friend, share," and give it more rations.
It kind of starts nodding its head. and eat some more rations.
I'm gonna reach out my hand again. Be like, friend? Nice. Friend?
Kind of leans out its hand a little bit and pulls it back, and then it sniffs your hand a little bit, and then it kind of touches your hand for like just a second or two, Critty, and then it goes and just, and it looks at you. And then it kind of nods at you a little bit, like a happy, like yes, and then it just kind of goes, and then it just starts walking away.
Bye, Snowball.
Off it goes. Helen, what are you doing this time besides peeing yourself?
I am making a perception check for mommy and daddy.
You already made your perception check. If they're there, you don't know.
Oh yeah, that's what I am doing now. Now that this thing looks like it's maybe not threatening, I'm like doing like just secondhand scans along the thing to see if I see, a 20-foot.
No, you do not see anything like that. Okay.
Critty, I just want to say, I won't tell anybody you touched something because I kind of went against the rules. But I'll keep that secret between us. Just this.
During that whole thing, I had the Jurassic Park.
Hadley turns
playing
around.
in my
And
head.
Oh God.
You think they'll have that on the tour?
When I go to wake up Ashira, I'm going to warn her that we saw a baby Yeti that didn't look dangerous, but that there might be Yetis in the area. So try to be very, very vigilant. I know that she'll do a really good job and try to inspire her.
Okay, take your dice. Very nicely done. Shira, roll your perception and add that D6 or 8. I don't know if we're at.
It's a
right now.
D8 now for us.
Perception as well
D8,
for-
yep.
Since I'm taking watch
right,
with
and
her as
then
well.
yeah. You see Drum wake up with you, Ashira.
I tell Drum what Curti told me.
All right, make your perception check.
Oh my god.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
God.
Yeah, you just kind of
you
look out.
didn't take it alone.
Ashira, you wake up, you're like, thanks, Kitty, and then you're just looking out like with these dead eyes, like I hate this place.
I'm staring at my hand again.
Yeah, you're like, I looked at the right hand. Now I'm going to look at the left hand.
It's
Wait.
okay. I'm getting tired of looking at snow all over the place too.
Yeah, you just see Ashira kind of look at her hand. She looks out, she looks at her hand, looks back out, looks up to the sky, looks back at her hand, looks back out at the snow, back at her hand, back to the sky. Drum, you're on it like a blue bonnet. You don't see anything like that nearby. So if there are any kind of other Yetis out there, you do know that this is their environment, this is their world, and it's almost, they're really hard to see. But
I got
you don't get it. You don't really see anything like that.
Since they did bring up that they could be around, can I do like maybe a casual perimeter walk?
You can. What are you trying to do?
Looking for the Yeti tracks, pretty much survivals type stuff. Where Critty saw it.
I would say with the 22, you don't need to do any of that. You do see the little footprints, and you go a little ways, but you don't feel safe walking out further from the light, even though you are an orc and you can see. But you're like, yeah, I'm going to stay closer to the camp. But you can see the little footprints. I mean, I say little, but
no bigger footprints.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's the main thing I want to check for. If you got these little footprints over here, and then, oh yeah, mom and dad are out about, I'm gonna casually walk back to the tent. Backwards.
All right. Yeah. Anything else goes on during the watch?
Drum, he's not a talkative person.
I know nothing. I am the DM. I just live and exist in this world. His overseer. All right. Nothing happens. Then we go to the final. Who hasn't pulled the watch?
Hey.
Reed. All right, Reed. You're by yourself. You wake up.
I tell Reed about the Yeti.
I didn't pull the watch yet tonight, did I?
Yeah.
You were in the first one.
We assumed
Yeah,
I did it.
yeah, you are
we
the
did it
first one.
together.
You did the greatest watch you have ever done. As Ashira in the back of your mind made you like check, triple check everything. You were just constantly moving, looking. You're just like, I can't mess this up. She'll stab me. Read.
And I'll still read the direction where they saw the small one.
All right. I'll see the direction the small one was in, and I'll make sure that I stay over on that area. But I'll walk over to the opposite side of the camp. I'll sort of pee a little bit in the snow to maybe mark my territory. Maybe they'll stay away.
Okay, make your perception check.
$19.
Okay. Nothing happens.
All right.
You think it's because of the pee.
That's fairly potent.
Halfling pee is dangerous.
It's very acidic.
Okay, you took
It's
it
all
too
that
far.
tea they drink.
Okay, you guys are going too far. All right.
Smells like cabbage.
All right, that's
All right, so-
okay. That's really going too far.
Now you jumped over the line.
Right. You crossed
Title
the
of the
line.
episode:
Yeah.
Golden Showers by Reed.
What? No, that's not the
Now you're in
title.
another country.
What the hell?
A guide on how to not touch the yellow snow.
Okay.
Worst title ever.
Expeditionary Golden Showers.
All right, you're just digging a hole. You're really digging it. All
All
right.
right, so I won't bother to talk to anyone since everyone's asleep.
Yeah, but you do have to wake them up eventually. Yeah.
As dawn is coming, I'll go in and wake everyone
Alright.
up.
We move into day 4. You guys break camp. You break fast. It's the next day. Orvo is got his trudging along, leading you towards your path. Who is making the rolls for today?
I'll do it.
take them.
Who hasn't gone? Wait, I heard two
Either
voices.
Reed
of us.
and Critty said it, so whoever.
Whoever you want, I don't care.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Miss Critty,
I had a
please.
good night playing with a baby yeti.
You-
So I wanted.
Dead. All right, make me a d20 roll, please. $13. Why is this being stupid? Hold on. Oh, for God's sakes. Hold on. 13's an interesting number. Okay. Roll me another, if you wouldn't mind, Critty. Another d20, please.
15.
Okay. And then one more.
19.
Those are a lot of good rolls there.
They're actually not.
We don't know.
Well, I'm just saying in general, you
Oh,
rolled
no.
a 13, a 15, and a 19.
Roll
I don't know
me
what
a-
that translates.
Roll me a d12, please. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, you guys have horrible weather. It starts coming in right after you guys wake up. It starts slow. It starts light. It gets worse and worse and worse. To the point that you guys, it's almost impossible to see. Orvo kind of gets... It's really hard trudging. It's heavy wind, heavy snow. It seems like yesterday was like nothing. You, Critty, get a strange sense. As you guys are walking, you see something in your purview. It seems to be drawing you toward it. Hold on. You see this strangely through the snow, Critty, as you guys are kind of really huddled. You're barely making any time. You see what looks to be an outline of a building. And you're drawn toward it. What do you do?
I'm gonna tug on Drum and say, "Hey, Drum, I think I see a building over there."
It's hard to hear
Maybe we
because
should hide.
this is what it sounds like when you try to talk. Like the wind is so bad, it's hard to. You ever seen those movies where the wind is just in like the Arctic or something, and the wind's blowing and stuff? It's really hard to hear. So to see if you do say that, but let's see if Drum hears it. Drum, make a perception check. Do not hear her say that. You do say it, Critty. He just cannot hear it literally through this weather right now. You think he hears it, but you don't know that he didn't. So
Are we still tied together?
you are tied together, yeah. So you are drawn to this, looks like some kind of a building. You can't make it out yet until you get closer.
Okay, I try to get a little bit closer.
All right. Who are you tied to?
I don't know. I don't know that I can tell in this storm.
Roll me a d8. Let's see who you're tied to. This will be random. Of course, it's Drom. All right, Drom, you didn't hear Critty say, you just kind of see her turn, and it looks like she said something. It's hard to tell. You couldn't hear her, and she starts walking off, and then she's pulling on the rope that you're the anchor that she's on right now.
Okay. I'm not gonna like yell in here because I don't want to ruin everybody's
Well,
ears.
just say
but
what you do.
Drom's
You don't
gonna
have
be
to-
like, "Oh, oi!" Do I see which direction? I look over in the direction that she's pulling us in.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
$11.
No.
I'll start pulling on the rope and trying to close the gap between me and her. So I can get close enough to where I can, yell at her and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
You see that she's walking toward, as you guys are walking, you get about 10, 15, 20 feet around there. Hard to judge distance right now. As you guys both see that, you see that this looks like a sticking out of the snow, looks like this kind of disassembled tip on its side, concrete sort of stone building. I say concrete just so you have a sense of what it looks like, broken apart and stuff. You sense something magical coming from inside there, Critty, and it's drawing you towards it. Make a history check for me, Critty. From what you've read and the pictures you've seen and everything like that, this looks like this could be some kind of arrow. This could be architecture from there. Your inquisitive mind is curious. I will say that much.
My inquisitive mind is curious, but what I'm curious about is not the history. It's if we could take shelter there. Do I have any sense of foreboding?
You do not have sense of foreboding, but make a survival check to see if you think this would be advantageous for you guys to wait for the storm. You actually think, looking at this structure, that you could definitely take some shelter from this in here.
And since I'm near it, am I getting the foreboding feeling?
What are you gonna roll for that?
I don't know. Insight, maybe?
No.
Actually, you know what? Since it's there, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hold on, Critty. Let me make sure it's okay." before we go inside.
Make a
and all that.
persuasion
I'm
check,
gonna
but
invest it.
she's not stopping. You have to persuade her to stop. She's feeling
Oh, okay.
like this is something.
We're
worse.
all tied together, right? So
Yeah,
Drum-
they're-
Oh yeah,
In other
Drum's
words,
starting
they're
to drag
following.
y'all. I mean, y'all starting
I've
to fill
been
this pool.
riding on Drum's shoulders the whole time.
Yeah, Reed has
Reed's
been
just
having a
bundled
nice
up and just sitting there
ride
going,
yeah.
I hate the weather. I hate the weather.
This sucks.
And I
Yeah.
imagine I'm tied to Reed, or I mean, to Drum. So
Right.
I'll be heading with Drum.
I've been
Wow,
trying
an
to tuck
18.
my feet
Alright.
behind Drum's ears to keep them warm.
Yeah. Make a persuasion check. You did that. So,
Charisma
Critty,
saving.
make a charisma saving throw. I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like he persuades you to stop, and you do stop, and the party you kind of gather there. Even Ors stops for a second, and then you guys kind of all walk over there. You see this on its side, buried in the snow, with just like have you ever seen a building on its side? It's like it's at a 3/4 angle, and it's like the
Yeah, like
like
it
the
fell
side of the
over.
house. Yeah, it's you see it jetting from the snow. It looks pretty solid. It looks like you could take cover there, Critty. I mean, for you, it looks like a good place. You're not getting any sense of foreboding, but you just sense something there that you're being drawn toward. You don't know why.
Can I look at just knowing? Oh yeah, we haven't heard any of the description Critty has given us, right? It's
No,
just
you
two-
guys are now as you guys move toward her, even
Yeah,
Ors.
that's why I was stopping her. Is this is a structure that we didn't know about?
You
know.
all see this now.
That's all
Guys,
I'm doing.
It's dangerous for me to cast the tiny hut, but this storm is so awful, and I saw that building, and I have a really good feeling about this.
Can we hear her?
You mean you have a good?
Oh, at this point, you guys are huddled, looking at each other.
Okay.
So do I also know what is going on?
You see this building. You just heard Critty say that. Yeah.
Okay,
What ki-
can I use divine sense?
Yeah. Which aspect of your divine sense do you want to use?
To detect any the location of any celestial being undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Is that how that works?
Yes. I wanted to see which one you wanted to use. You sense there are definitely undead at this location.
I relay that information to the party.
That doesn't sound like something very safe. Okay.
When she
I'm
says
going
that,
to
Drum
ignore the
takes his
feeling that I'm being drawn to.
Drum takes his cool little raven amulet and warms it up.
Mm-hmm.
Just
And
gonna look
also,
to Drum.
other-
I think
There's
it's time we
bad
get to
things in
work.
there. Yeah, it's like excellent.
Where's Orville?
He's next to you guys. He stopped. He's always checking to make sure you guys are following him.
Well, I do
Okay.
agree. This would be nice to help us get out and out of this
Now, zombies notwithstanding.
storm. But
Yeah, I go into a defensive position for sure.
Hey, can I look at Orva?
Get behind me.
Orwell's just kind of
Sort
looking
of.
at you guys. What are you guys thinking of doing?
I want to sort of point to the thing and give him like a thumbs up or thumbs down. Assuming he's far enough away, he may not be able to hear me.
He gives you the thumbs down.
Yeah, let's avoid this place. It looks like it's not good.
Can somebody tie an extra rope around me? Because I keep wanting to walk over there, and I'm scared of it.
So I go-
Balin, make an Arcana check.
Ooh, 7.
Your nose is freezing. That's all you know.
Mhm.
Damn, I wish you'd rolled better. How do you
Me
have only
too.
+5, man?
What do you mean?
You're a sorcerer.
Yeah, our stat is charisma, not int.
Oh, that's true.
Can I flip up the eye patch and look at it and roll an Arcana check to see if I can spot anything?
oh, but there's something better that can be done. Something like this.
Your eye doesn't work like that. You definitely detect evil. Let's see. It's undead. It's in the ruins.
More than one.
You sense 3. That's all you pick up. And
I relay that.
make a religion check there, Drom, since you rolled that.
Okay.
Are we moving or are we fighting?
We'll move.
Oh, come
It's-
on. Roll 20.
It's spooky. That's all you know. It's spooky. You're like, zoinks, guys! Like, we should get out of here!
I can
Chicken.
sense 3 in there. Probably the best thing to,
We will come back and clear this out later, Drom. We have people to prevent dying first.
I pull out the map. I try.
You can't see the map.
Who's
It's
well,
too
shit.
windy. You already know not to pull up the map in this kind of the weather.
Okay, well then I won't then.
I mean, just think, like, remember, like, Lord of the Fellowship of the Ring, they're on the mountain and it's the wind's blowing and there's, that's how bad this is right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Give you guys like a sense
Well,
of what it is.
if we do end up passing by it on the way back, we'll take a look at it.
All right. You guys leave that. You get away from it, but you guys don't make good progress again today. So the weather just wasn't
Can
cooperating.
somebody tie me to a second person so I don't wander away?
So, Critty, it's weird. Once you get past your friends kind of telling you this stuff and everyone have this communication, and you just get a sense like, oh, whatever it is, it's not that important. Like, the feeling was there, but then it's gone. Right?
So
like,
I'm no longer wandering away.
no, you're not even interested now. I mean, you always are because it's just your inquisitive nature, but you're like, yeah, undead, let's not screw around with that.
Well,
kind of thing.
it was a good idea. If the undead wouldn't have been there, it would have been another story.
So, but you guys make camp for the night. You guys set up. You hear Orville kind of say, well, look, I mean, let me give you a cautionary tale. Critty, it's not your fault. This place is here that when the city of Arrows crashed here in Alsacross, it just didn't crash and it was just a crater and there's the ruins there. Stuff fell from the sky. So there's buildings that were ejected and everywhere. We find stuff all the time. Bless you, whoever that was.
Sounds like somebody's getting a cold.
But I've seen worse. You did quite well there, lass. I've seen people get drawn into strange things. I've seen all kinds of stuff happen. So it's sad to say, but that's not an uncommon sight to see things like that. But from the stories I've heard from the city, there's all kinds of undead and abominations and horrible things that come from these ruins. Lost souls, things of that nature. It was a horrible event, and I don't think you have anything to be ashamed about, or if you do, not that you look like you're ashamed, but if you did, don't worry about it. I've had my own run-ins. But be cognizant of the fact these ruins can have powerful stuff in them, but there's also powerful stuff that's with it. So you have to kind of balance the rewards versus the justification of going in something like that. But
That's why we're gonna, if we stop, if we go by it on the way back.
It may be buried in snow. Sometimes the snow reveals things, and sometimes it covers it back up, and then it reveals it again. It's such a strange land. But don't worry about it. All right, we are going to start wrapping up, but what I want to do is give the people here, our awesome adventuring group, a chance. If there's anything you guys want to talk about or do this fourth night, you got a couple more nights before you guys get there. You guys are kind of delayed. The rolls haven't been, first couple rolls were really good. You guys made really good progress. Last two have been cruddy, and that's just unfortunate. This is Isocross. This is what happens. You should see what Critical Role went through. Oh my God, those poor bastards. Oh my God. It was bad, man. He had no mercy on them. I'm nicer. But if there's anything you guys want to discuss or do before I close the session as I get ready to go do the Heinze session. Oh God. Pray for me. Any conversations real quick before we start wrapping things up?
I want to talk to Critty again.
Okay, talk to Critty. What do you want to talk? You go ahead and have your discussion.
Critty, I know you have read about Eris. Is undead a common thing to find in their ruins now? Is this something we should expect as we kind of venture into the new areas here.
Do you want me to do any kind of check about what I've read
Mm-mm.
about?
From what you heard, I mean, from what you gather from the book, expect the unexpected. Not only there are spirits, wights, undead, ghost, aberrations, there's
Yetis.
also, well, Yetis just in this land. You've actually read about Esselcross, just the land itself. This is a natural habitat for Yetis, right? I mean, there's just, elk, mammoths, Yetis. That's common, right? The uncommon stuff that you can run into. Undead, yes. Giants, all kinds of stuff. I mean, so especially around the ruins. The ruins themselves attract, basically, if you were to put in a word, evil, bad shit all the time. Because
I wonder if we'll find a room where they manufacture those cool microphones.
Grim, I'm about a heartbeat away of just striking you down with great vengeance and furious anger, man. But yeah, I mean, that's just your whole research you've ever done, Critty. Not just from the book.
Yeah.
It was kind of a general thing about magic itself, but you did do some research about this area previously. And this is kind of the sense from the reports. And they're pretty terrifying reports. I mean, some you didn't even want to believe. Like, they ran into a baby that ate half the party, a giant man baby. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you read coming from this area.
I'll share all that with Finn.
And that's what you get, Balin.
Got it. Thank you, Critty. And
Of course.
then,
See, Balin, this is why you don't touch things.
hey, let it be known that the first person to touch something was Critty, and the first person to cast a spell was Critty. I'm just saying.
Other than
Balin-
other than Hadlin, no one knows if she actually touched the Yeti.
I know. This is Finn saying it, not Balin.
I know.
Yeah, quit metagaming, Finn.
You're cheating.
Am I able to continue like another training session with Hadlin and another stealth session with Reed since we're kind of a slow day?
Not stealth. You guys blew that for a while.
I can't have him like try to teach me again.
No, that was
Okay.
it. Just went over your
We're
head.
lost causes to read.
Right now, yeah. It's like
Okay.
you brain farted.
Well, as far as stealth goes. Right?
As far as stealth
Yeah, as
goes,
far as stealth
yeah, you can have another session with Hadlin if he's up for it, and we can wrap it up there.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. You know the deal. You guys,
So am I attacking him again? or-
that's what it is, baby.
Okay. Let's see if I can manage to get a hit on Hadlin by chance. Natural 20 again.
What?
Get
He
the
just repeats the Zorro move again?
get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
I call hacks.
You are the greatest teacher ever, Hadlin.
No kidding. I'm like, strike here, strike there, because that's what I was waiting to do. I wanted to use my ability to do Commander's Strike.
No,
but-
he didn't
so-
even give you a chance. He
I
did.
didn't give me a chance.
He hit, the other day was the right armpit. You changed it up thinking it would throw him off. This time your left one gets hit. Balin, as we close the session, congratulations. You can now use your longsword as if you were a warrior or something.
Yay!
2 natural 20s on that.
In
I
a
mean-
row, dude.
Thank you, Hadlin. Greatest longsword teacher ever.
Wow.
Ridiculous. That is stupid.
Drum is looking at Haddon like all, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, I just taught a
Ridiculous.
sorcerer how to use a sword somehow in like, what? Span of
Week.
2-3 months? Yeah.
That is the dumbest. I mean, I cannot believe that. Wow. I had no choice but to award it. He rolled 2 natural 20s on this. That would take like 10 rolls. I mean, good lord.
In a Swedish accent, like, my name is Emilio Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah,
like,
you definitely consider that sword
Yeah.
blessed by the Raven Queen at this point, for
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah. Yes. There's no question. It is blessed by the
The-
Raven.
the
At least
Raven
one of
Queen-
us is getting good rolls.
so, man, oh man. Yeah, congrats, Balin. You can use your sword now.
Yay.
Wow. All right. So that's
What is your strength modifier?
Is it a 1 now? Yeah, it's a 1.
Yep.
So now I have a +6 to my longsword. Instead of a +3.
I cannot believe that just happened. All right. Well, all right. So we're going to end this session here because I have to go get ready with the filthy Aussie from down under.
Mr. Preload
Yeah,
himself.
Mr. Preload. Anybody else need to pimp stuff? Oh, Critty, you're doing the Bounty Honey stuff. I always forget this, but if you want to pimp the Bounty Honey channel, because I've been on there and done the comic corner with you guys, pimp that because I always forget that we have too many content creators. I can't keep up anymore.
We today I played Swaga instead of Bounty Honeys. I'm 2 weeks in and I just hit level 44.
Nice.
And then we're having Comics Corner tomorrow afternoon on the Bounty Honeys channel. We are going to be talking about the Long Halloween.
Nice. Okay, check that out. I actually had a really good time doing that with these lovely ladies. And check out the channel of the Bounty Honeys if you haven't checked it out. I mean, if you're come on, if you're a comic nerd like me, please check that out. It's such a good show. And check out this other stuff. And that's and just go to the Bounty Honey channel. Anybody else have channels?
Speaking
I'm really trying to be
Bounty
cognizant of this
thing,
stuff.
Here pretty soon, little hint of what's coming when Kate and the Phasmo crew get together again. We're gonna have a special guest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
A very special guest.
I saw that. Yes.
So-
Don't say anything else. I'll
So
punch
keep
you.
your eyes peeled for
I'll
for,
punch
for
you in the face.
notification.
You shut your hole.
I'm not gonna let people know. I'm just letting you know there's a special guest that's
I
gonna
know,
be joining
just
us
be
for
quiet.
Phasmo.
All right. All right.
Drongo is doing a tiki themed day of Sea of Thieves on Indigo Tycho's channel next week.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We should be doing Star Wars D&D tomorrow. I don't know. Corn's not there, and I don't know if DT will be there. If we're missing a few people, then we will.
Actually, I'm probably not going to be available tomorrow.
Then
'cause
we're
I
not
have to
doing
work.
D&D.
That's
Yeah,
what the phone call
already,
was for.
Yeah, that's already
earlier,
too. So, and I think DT can't be there either. So, there you go. All right. So no D&D tomorrow, but we are going to go have some more fun. We're not done. So tomorrow, you know what? Instead of watching us, go watch the Bounty Hunters for God's sakes. Go give them some love, folks. And then I'm getting ready to go do Hindy stream, and then after that, probably what we'll do is we'll come back and jump on RSG, and then after our drunken stupor, we will be trying to do GAC and be coherent and stuff, and do our GAC. So it's going to be a long night for me. I mean, 12 hours of streaming, who cares, right? So thank you for joining. We will be back next Saturday for some more Wildemount Campaign D&D streaming. So with that, thank you guys for joining us. We love you guys. Keep up the support. We'll keep doing this. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you soon. Peace out.
Bye.